All right. Welcome. Got him. All right. Welcome back to Heroes in Training. What we are going to do, I'm going to just jump straight into it because we'll kind of, I'm going to set the scene like in narrative. Yeah. Yeah. And then we'll jump over to Bastion next. But I think we open up to the rescue facility, right? Just completely controlled by King. Every piece of mechanical building is moving and attacking. We kind of pan through all of the Sidekick scenarios that we were looking at previously, right? And a couple of the things that we see is Alchemist trying to decide when to use her last carbon ball. And so she's kind of like holding on to it and trying to decide when she should actually fire it off. And Statue is like taking different rock attacks from Rockfist. And he's like, anytime now, Alchemist. And we cut over to Commandment and Misfortune Maestro. And I think Misfortune Maestro says like he's like jumping in between building and building as they're like talking to each other, and Commandment is like doing the classic anime like jumping back and forth while like robots are like slamming down next to him and trying to attack him. And Misfortune Maestro says, your footing's unsure, your balance a mess. How long till you fall under this stress? And Commandment like looks down and slips and falls, and then one of the robots like takes advantage of the opportunity and like slams him hard, and we like cut away.
And you've made the worst mistake anyone could ever make in an RPG, which is creating the presumption that your character always speaks in rhyme, and now you're gonna have to do that every time you say anything.
Don't worry, I have another 5 written down. Don't worry.
There you go. You can never say anything off the cuff with a character ever again.
Yeah. He doesn't always speak in rhyme. That's just basically all we've ever heard from him. Sure. And he's only said one thing so far. Don't
already backtracking.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So we'll cut over though to you guys. I think we kind of take you guys to the actual place that we're supposed to be, I think. Yep. You probably have to zoom in. We kind of cut over and like transitioning between a bunch of like moving robot pieces, right? And then we just see like we get a zoom up shot on Shatter as she's like I guess like running around, like she's like a bunch of shards of glass, right? And she's like zooming around the area, and we get a zoom up shot on like her pieces of glass, and it's we just see like a reflection in the shards of glass. Like in each shard of glass you see like a little reflection of her, and then it zooms out and we see that Shatter's carrying Left Wing with her. And then I assume Palladium is like close behind.
Yeah, I mean,
trigger your game face now.
Yeah, if you're fine with that, I think we can get that moment.
Yep.
So I think I was imagining this as, and I don't know what the track is exactly for this moment. Maybe you know what? Let's just go for in the end the track I posted the beginning of that, right? Who knows if it's going to be sad by the end of this, but
we'll see.
I think we get the piano because it's like the Ruel version or whatever it is, or Flurry. I can't remember who did it. And we don't hear anything else in the soundtrack except for like muted like and
yep.
Right, like we're a tight shot on my face or my helmet. Actually, no. Let's say my helmet was off because I was trying to like get you
were trying to talk to people.
I was trying to talk to people. I was getting a sense of everything, kind of getting some visibility. And so I'm just
and it was the money shot, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And so my eyes are kind of wide and bloodshot, and I'm like kind of having a slight panic attack or like not like freezing, right? Kind of staring. And the soundtrack is, or the sounds, the ambience of around me is slowly starting to tune back in, and the low pass filter or the high pass filter, I can't remember which one it needs to be, that we have on that's taking out all of the high noises and just making it all low, is slowly being cranked down. And so we're getting like Palladium, right? And whoever is next to me is like yelling at me.
Probably Thunder.
That's what I thought. Yeah, Thunder. Yeah. And I blink, right? And I'm like, I'm trying to think of what I say exactly. I think my helmet goes on, like by my emotions are, sending a pulse to my armor, and it just goes and encases me. And I say, follow if you can. And then I just right. Blast off.
Well, so what condition are you taking when you're using game face?
Yep.
And what is your goal? Because keep in mind, if you don't accomplish this in this
sequence, the way it works, this is the way it works. I'll read it off again. When you commit yourself to save someone or defeat a terrible enemy, and I really do think it's not, I guess it's both or whatever, but like the thing I really want to accomplish is saving Left Wing and Reflection, right? Like,
sure, that's fine.
If
it's the
Shatter gets away, I don't care that much.
Okay.
But if I need to defeat her to save them, then that's fine. But that's the real condition there. I mark a condition and take +1 ongoing to all rolls in direct pursuit of that goal at the end of any scene in which you don't make progress towards that goal. It's not just a scene passes. It's I can't make any progress. Then I mark another condition. When you fulfill your goal, you mark potential.
Yeah, it's fine. When you're saving them, that makes perfect sense. I was thinking you were going to choose to defeat Shatter, and then I was like, okay, but if you don't defeat her and she escapes,
well, I think progress would be like,
then we're going back to the tournament, and the whole time you're going to be like, I want to hurt Shatter.
Yeah, no, I think it's saving them. Like,
that's fine.
I don't think Palladium ever thinks
guilty. Then
yeah, that's what I'm marking.
Oof, you're everything but insecure. Don't fail this roll.
Not insecure right now. Anything but insecure, right?
Yep.
And then that gives me +1 ongoing to all rolls in direct pursuit of it. And then I'm going to immediately use, I think it's more than a shield. Yeah, more than a shield. Let me go to the Roll20 screen so we can see all these moves. When you directly engage a threat by heading directly into danger without regard for your own safety. So I am not only leaving my friends behind, like if they can catch up, that's fine. But the rest of these guys I'm leaving them behind because I need to save these people. And I am doing so without regard for my own safety. Like this is Shatter we're talking about. This is a bad idea to just rush in. But I think we talked about it in the after show last time, but Palladium was dinking around trying to figure out the exact right thing to do for so long last session.
Yep.
He's just like, I must act. I have to stop thinking about this. And so I just rush in. So I get to roll savior instead of danger.
He started moving before his feet started moving before. I don't remember the stupid line. This stupid line that's always quoted
from My Hero.
Yeah. Stupid line that's makes stupid people into heroes, I guess. I don't know.
Glad we're all finally on the same page about Deku being the worst protagonist.
Okay. Anyway, our 1 subscriber count just went down. They were here for all the MCA jokes.
The last 3 seasons have been garbage.
Okay, so go ahead and roll.
So I'm rolling savior. With a +1. So I'm at +4, my dudes.
Let's go.
Woo! We're as high as we can get. You don't know how high I can fly. Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
Yeah, even if you hadn't have had that +4, you'd still have
I would have gotten a 10, yeah.
So
this is me
directly engaging a threat. So the rule really then, let me pull up basic boost or directly engage a threat. On a hit, trade blows and a 10+ pick 2. So you can resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. My guess is that you're going to take Left Wing from them, from her.
And just as a note for more than a shield, the only difference in terms of the actual roll here is on a miss, It says your focused attack leaves someone in grave danger. The GM will tell you what it takes to keep them safe. So it's
Nice.
I think it's like worse if I miss on this version.
Well, I mean, it's more just like a very specific version of, because like the basic moves don't have on failures.
Yeah.
So it's just telling you like
that could be true otherwise too.
Right, that's fair. Yeah. It's making it specific for the type of character that would have this move.
Right.
So directly engage threat. Pick 2. I guess I have to resist or avoid their blows, right? Because that would be really bad to.
I mean, you could roll to take a powerful blow.
I do have the new move for that, but I have to get a full hit to not die instantly. I think for now I will resist or avoid their blows and take something from them.
Yep. And I assume you're taking left wing from
left wing is the easiest, so we'll go with left wing first. What can you remind me? What was left wing's situation like mechanically right now? Didn't he like get taken out or something? Like what?
No.
So his situation is that he lost control of himself. So right now he's laser focused on Shatter, just like you are.
Okay, perfect.
He
let's take her down.
Control physically of his body by being carried away.
Right. Yeah.
So he has back control of his body, but not his mind. I guess is kind of,
and that's fine. We're both in the same. David. Yeah, no. Well, yeah, David.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're both in the same place. So I think I'm rushing after this. This really does look very My Hero here. This moment, like it's very like Deku Core, like charging towards the thing, and then just like a punch, right? Like that sort of thing, right? Like I'm just, I'm because I'm hitting her, right? Like I'm directly engaging a threat. I resist her blows, but she doesn't resist my blows, right? Like slam her, and she goes, like spiraling away. And I think like lets go of left wing, like, right? Like, I think as I punch with one hand and then with my other hand, I grab left wing's collar and then like, as she goes away, it probably hurts a little bit, but like you're yanked free of the shards of glass and like you tumble to the ground next to me. And I'm like, left wing, you okay?
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
And my gauntlet slowly stops glowing purple. And I'm like, all right, that's the last of the kinetic I had. What's the plan? No, I don't say that. No, I say, we don't have a time for a plan. The plan is we take her down. We get reflection back. That sound good to you?
Sounds good. And then I put my hand on your shoulder and I turn the taser on.
Nice. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Okay.
Can I roll, well, I guess I don't have it like burn or anything. I guess it's just narrative. Like I'm charged up now.
Yeah, it's just cool. But so let's I'm gonna say after you leave these 4 over here, I think Soul Impact is like trying to catch up with you two. But Palladium's a bit I don't know. I think Soul Impact does catch up with you guys. We'll
Soul Impact is fine,
sure. Yeah, he's bleeding from everywhere. He's just got a bunch of cuts everywhere. So it's like fur,
glass
like
cuts too.
Stained red.
The worst.
Yeah.
And but he's like, how can I help? And then we're got a shot of Thunder basically taking charge of these 3 over here and saying, all right, we have to trust the Palladium is going to get left wing and reflection back. I think we press on towards the center. And they're gonna
sure, yeah. I guess that's one plan.
They're gonna do that.
That's a decision. Yeah. All right.
Well, you said catch up if you can. Like, I mean, I guess Quantum Quill could catch up.
Yeah. Usually catch up if you can doesn't mean, and then if you can't, just screw off.
No, I mean, they're going to press on towards the center like the original goal was, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're going to let's finish the mission.
Yeah.
I guess that's fine. I was definitely implying that like I would go after Shatter and they would follow, but at a slower pace because I'm going all out, right?
Oh, okay. Then that's fine. We can do that.
But no, I mean, no, to be fair, the only thing I told them was catch up if you can. So if they I am totally fine with them deciding to do whatever. It's just
okay. All right. I just figured that would be the simplest
Palladium did make it clear, right? Like he
and I think that's what Thunder would think would be best, right? Is she's like, okay, Palladium is going to handle this. We have to trust that.
If Palladium
we can't catch up.
If Palladium was not just like acting on impulse right now, he would be like, "That's a bad plan. Come back here." But but he's not. So,
well, you don't trust them that they can go further into the place and accomplish something.
Yeah. No, not really.
Just wanted to put some doubts in your head. I'm just curious because I
Let's
definitely
just put
think
it
that's
this
what
way.
Thunder would do.
Let's just put it this way. I hope that Biolastic can rein in the girls. That's what I think.
And do what? Sorry.
Rein in the girls.
Oh, okay.
What have they ever needed reining in?
Anytime Thunder uses her powers.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Anytime Quantum Cool opens her mouth ever.
Right.
I mean, Mist is pretty chill. So.
I don't think any three of them have shown any like and maybe it's just they haven't had a chance to, but they haven't shown any like leadership qualities. So like I don't know how well they're gonna do just like without one of us there to. But okay.
So you don't think you're a good example for them, is what you're saying?
It's the exact opposite of what I was saying. I said I'm one of the only good examples for them, and I'm not.
What kind of downsides are there to failing a comfort and support role, do you think?
I'm not sure what you mean.
You probably make them mad,
Like,
right?
If I tried to roll comfort or support and I failed.
It's just up to me. Yeah.
Well, I think he's asking what sort of GM moves would you make?
Yeah, like I'd like to try and comfort and support Palladium here so he can clear a condition, but I also don't want to make like this is already a tenuous situation mechanically, so I don't want to make it worse.
I don't know if you can though, right? Aren't you laser focused on Shatter?
Well, I was gonna say that me charging up your armor was that if it turned out to be a good idea, but I don't know that it is because I feel like I will probably just make things worse. I have a -2 to mundane, and so I don't really want to roll it unless I think it's.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
if I was GMing this moment, I would probably say, and this is up to you, Connor, but I would probably say he can't roll it because he's laser focused on Shatter. Like he would not be trying. Like he's narratively charging me up.
To be fair,
but
you should probably need to be comforted or supported before. Like yourself before you can comfort or support somebody else.
Right.
Well, I mean, yeah, except for we're both laser focused on the same thing. So I feel like that's
I suppose that's true.
Not the case, but it doesn't really matter. Well, okay, I feel like it's not worth it anyways, so don't worry about it.
Well, it's probably not worth it anyway, but I think it makes sense to be like, okay, you guys are both laser focused on something, so you guys aren't like, okay, hey, you do this, I'll do this. It's just like we're doing the thing, right? We're doing the thing. I think that's more that makes more sense in my mind.
I agree.
Okay, so
we punching?
Yeah, what does this look like? Oh, shoot.
Well, so what does Shatter look like right now? Because like I did get a punch in. Like what is she doing?
Oh, good
Still
point. Yeah. I think she's definitely still running away. Because let me think that through. So you get a punch in, right? But she's just a bunch of glass. So I think like as you see, so she's like still like running off, right? I think you see like maybe a bunch of like smaller pieces of glass that like shattered, right? Like catching up to her,
right?
As she's running away. If that makes sense. I feel like that's kind of how
maybe
that
you have to like knit together slowly to be like actually cohesive again.
Yep. So there's a bunch of like little shards that are like forming as like behind in a trail behind her. Also, just to reiterate something that I mentioned before, Left Wing, you see her power soul is not like a center of her. There, you see her power soul like glowing in each shard of glass.
Yeah, she's so, like a full body.
The whole thing. Yeah. Just that we have like a
reminder.
Or a what's the word? Description of that.
So the viewers are like, why isn't he just taking her power?
That's right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So that's how they look. But then what's kind of the next plan? Or let's let you guys think about that. Let's cut over to Bastion.
Sure. Yeah, we can do
that.
Yeah. Bastion, the last thing we saw from you was you control alt deleting a missile that King sent your way, and then Emperor showed you a screen, which was basically like the video camera screen of inside the heroes headquarters where Whisper is, and you saw Muzzle in the room with Whisper. He like just popped out of some wires in the room with Whisper, and it has a gun trained on Whisper.
So Yeah. What to do?
You should make the system give Whisper a little electrical shock so that he'll scream, and then we won't have to worry about it anymore.
But he's
But-
in the whatchamacallit guy's field.
So Muzzle is
Muzzles.
silencing him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And actually, just that it's clear, I'm not trying to give you like this isn't. I'll just say it. So, what you see on Whisper's face is Whisper seems like tense and like he's straining himself to not move a muscle. And like he's not opening his mouth, like he's not trying to attack in any way. He's like actively trying to make sure he doesn't make a sound, even though he can't right now. He doesn't know that.
Gotcha.
Okay. So let me paint you a word picture here of how I understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So Muzzle and Whisper are in like super jail underneath
Yes.
the government facility. A super jail meant to like contain
Whisper's power.
Oh, just him? Not there's not other power people there? Power
You only
prisoners?
see there's only one person that you see on the camera.
Okay.
There's one room, one person with Whisper and Muzzle.
And the way Muzzle got down there is just because King's like in the system.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm also in the system.
Yep.
So
you could use Portal.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
You could show up in the room with him.
Yeah.
Or you could worry about fighting King. Or you could try and communicate with Muzzle somehow.
Since this is like potentially a jail for super people, there's got to be some kind of like countermeasures in the cells, right?
For what exactly?
I don't know. Some like knockout
Laser
gas, electric shock stuff.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Little
That's an interesting
goo ball
thought.
turrets from the Incredibles. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that would be a role to try and discover that.
That'd be assess.
Did you ask a question?
Would that be an assess roll?
Assess?
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Okay. Do I get a +1 since I'm in the computer?
No, that would be making this possible.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember if. No, okay. I was going to say you still have a +1 ongoing to removing King from the system, but I don't think that necessarily qualifies in this case.
I also have a +1 doing everything against King because I have. But I also don't know if does that come into play here.
I think those are like when you're targeting a person.
Yeah, when you're targeting a person.
Gotcha.
So in this case, if you had it against Whisper, maybe, or not Whisper, the other guy.
Muzzle.
Yeah.
Muzzle, yeah.
Got to open all the moves.
You gotta go find all your custom moves. You mean, or the moves that you can steal from other people?
No, I assess the situation. I got a 9.
Oh! I didn't see the roll. It didn't notify me. Cool. Keep in mind you could.
What here can I use to like restrain, knockout, or otherwise stop Muzzle? Yes.
Yeah, I think there is a sedation like
gas
contraption. I don't know. Yeah, maybe a
like
gas would be the best
field. Although that's
definitely not a
spacey.
stasis field. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a gas is probably be the most like the best way for them to do that. I'm trying to think of like if you had a super powered person that could potentially destroy an entire city.
And they taking a breath to talk, and then they're knocked out.
Yeah, so if at any point he's like I'm out of control, I want there to be a countermeasure in case I'm out of control and I start damaging the room to confine me. That would make the most sense to me as like some sort of gas, because you nobody's walking in that room to sedate him with a needle. That's for sure.
Yeah. So
yeah, I think a gas would be the best thing.
What would activating that be? What role?
Yeah, I think at this point I would say this. We'll do a cool like sanctuary move thing.
Okay.
Let me pull that up. Let me pull up your character sheet. So not going to load here for me. And there we go. So I'll give you 1 to 4 requirements. I'm going to say first you must put some distance between you and King.
Okay.
And I'm going to say you'll have to obtain a key card from one of the agents in the hero headquarters.
Good luck doing that in the 0.4 seconds it takes to pull a trigger.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's not even like really possible.
So you're watching the camera, right? So when Muzzle gets in there, so those are the requirements for it. When Muzzle gets in there, he doesn't just pull the trigger. He's gonna have his revenge talk. That's what's going on, and you see that pretty quickly. I think when Muzzle gets in there, he says, I think he says, "I've thought for years about being here, finally, face to face with you, the monster. I'd ask if you remembered me, but you couldn't have. You never even saw me, as you took everything from me. And now I'm going to kill you." And he like takes a step forward.
Okay, and during this monologue, I'm running away to get a key card.
Yep. Okay, so go ahead. So there's 2 things, right? So first you must put some distance between you and King, and then you'll have to obtain a key card.
Well, I mean, if I just run away and not head towards it, is he gonna follow me?
Head towards...
I feel like if I just like leave to go get a key card. I mean, it's gonna look like I'm running away.
Yes, I think King is going to chase you. Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't he trying to get out a second ago? Like, weren't you chasing him a second ago?
Yeah.
Yes, but that was because he was coming here to put Whisper in here, or Muzzle in with Whisper.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
I'm gonna, I guess, roll Freak to try and make some space.
Okay.
Put up some firewalls, and then...
Yeah. I like it. Go ahead. What does Bastion say is like the command? Because we should get that line every time because it's so good.
Go McAfee.
You killed Connor. He's choking to death on his coffee, and
I should never ask Jared to tell me a joke and then take a drink of anything.
I failed.
Yeah, that's good. Oh no.
Oh no.
Don't do that.
I'm not used to doing that. Oh wait. I've got
you can spend team, right? Oh, you got a +1 or whatever. Did you put that in there?
Yeah, I already did. But I have
No.
It's I assume this is still the same scene, even though we ended the session in the middle of the scene. I still have
yes, you're talking about your burn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me find it.
I don't think you've spent any
to take a... Yeah, I haven't yet. Spend 2 burn to take a +10 when I unleash my powers. So
10+, but yeah. Yep, that sounds good. So that's the only way with a +4. That's the only numbers you could have rolled to fail that roll.
I know, dude.
I don't know about you guys, but I really like our new co-GM coffee mug.
Oh shoot! Sorry.
It's like right in front of the camera.
I was dying.
Our viewership just tanked because you moved it.
Wow, my throat's gonna hurt for like all day. I think that was hilarious.
I run away.
Okay. Yeah. You put some distance. So yeah, McAfee. Let's go, McAfee. Yeah. I think Emperor just says, "Of course, leave it to me." And yeah, just puts up a bunch of firewalls, and I guess we get a shot of just like King following you as like this like blue data thing, right? Like with his like face and body up, and maybe like his legs are like behind him as like this blue data chemtrail, basically. And Emperor just is like merged with you, but then like maybe like the mech part like turns and is looking, and then does like this with its arms, and just like a bunch of firewalls appear through the like data cable that you're going through that looks like in Finding Nemo, the East Australian current.
Yeah.
But like data, right? That's how I imagine it in my head, like some sort of like stream, right? Like a
data
current.
stream.
A data stream, yeah.
But it's kind of ephemeral in the middle of the air.
Right. Yep. There's just like darkness around. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, you put some distance between you and him. Now you kind of have like an open door to find where there could be an agent here in the building and get their like data or key card or whatever, however you want to do it.
I take it that's another roll.
Yes, it is.
All right.
You could probably
he's gonna try something new here.
Okay.
He's going to roll to unleash his powers and do a scan for carbon-based life.
Wow. Is that something that you can do with extend your senses? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I like that. That's I think that's part of the the freak.
And I think
move.
the like being combined with Emperor is like what gives him like
extend your senses. Yeah.
Yeah. Gives him like the idea and like the capability to do it right now if it succeeds.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like that. Well, I think it basically has to succeed.
Yeah.
This would be a +3, not a +4, though, I think, right?
No,
because you still get a +1
superior.
for your superior roll. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I've stacked the dice for this.
Yes, you have.
Yeah. Dang.
Wow,
dude.
you tried to fail so hard. That was close. Okay.
I'm getting them all out now. Oh yeah.
So you can either mark a condition, or I'll tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
I mean, I really only need it to be temporary, and or unstable might be pretty cool because we're messing with the government facility. I like that one better just for the narrative.
You go to open or use the thing, and it just opens all the doors.
I literally like pop up. Okay, Connor, let me describe it. What happens, and then you can tell me the negative repercussions for what. Bastion literally like half of his body like pops out of like a cable and like scares the crap out of some poor guy. And then he steals his key card. And he's like, "Sorry, I need the spike." Hero work.
Okay, yeah. I think you can totally do that. And I think the guy like grabs for his gun and like points it at the wall after you go in. He doesn't like shoot at you or whatever, but he's like, but then you're just like gone. Yeah, I think the like eventual repercussion of this is that you get a demerit. I think it comes back to you, and they're like, you stole.
I mean, okay, he's trying to save lives.
I'm fighting a red tier criminal.
Yeah. Oh, and if that was your excuse, you know what else would happen? Another demerit right there.
Well, he pulled me into a computer. What am I supposed to do?
I know. Well, technically, he didn't pull you into a computer. It was the other king that did that. So yeah, obviously, there's perfect justification for it, but I think that's what makes sense as the like consequence for it. It's not like whoever would give you the demerit. Like if it was Marty, he'd be like, "You did the right thing, but bureaucracy is bureaucracy." It's like,
okay, I'm fine with that. The bureaucracy argument makes sense.
Yeah.
We need to get Elon Musk up in here.
And fire everybody.
Fire all the worthless government employees.
Well, a good thing this worthless government employee was here with his key card. Am I right?
I think I've overtaken left wing demerits now.
Are you sure?
I don't know that. I think you're tied with him now, aren't you?
Tied now?
Tied at most, I think.
Let's go look. The zoom is crazy to every time. Yeah, you'd be tied with him then. Let me
let's go.
There we go.
Welcome to the big leagues.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I think that's super fun. And there's I already have another scene set for you destroying all the data. So
yeah. So do I?
There's lots of consequences from this.
Do I just do it now since I've met both of the requirements?
Yeah, I think so. I think yeah. So now you're like, here, Emperor, I have everything we need, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if you want to phrase it in a way that you would say it, but
I got the stuff.
I got the stuff.
I just hear like King breaking through the walls.
Yeah. I think Emperor says, good. Let me let's take us to the room. And I think you know like in Sly Cooper, how you'd always have those like little kiosks that you do the like the different hacking at. I think yeah, he takes you to, like, it goes down the data stream again, right? Goes back up it towards that room, and there's just like a little kiosk next to that room, like in the data area, or like in the data world, and he has the key card and like a digital representation of the key card, and like puts it into that kiosk, and then like presses a few buttons on it, and I think like the mech part of him like transforms back into like King's person, right? Like this younger version of King. So it's like person version of Emperor. And he like types it in and like presses enter or whatever. And then the room starts filling with gas. And yeah, I think as the room starts filling with gas, let me think about this. So obviously this works, right? But I'm gonna put a little tension onto it. I think as the gas starts filling the room, Muzzle like looks around and like wide-eyed and like starts to panic a little bit. And I think Whisper like maybe takes a step towards him, like whoa, like calm down, but he doesn't say anything, obviously. And as he does that, I think Muzzle like does fire off a shot, and it like ricochets in the room. And then he like slowly starts to lose consciousness. And there's like a split second of time where his power stops working on Whisper. And if Whisper wanted to, he could just like obliterate him. And he like falls down, and Whisper is like a little bit more resistant to it, obviously, because he's like an adult and he's like a kid. And he just like calmly sits down on his bed and like puts his head down, like he's like, yes, I want to be unconscious, and just lays down. Now you have a choice here, Bastian.
Because as he falls unconscious, he can just hear like out of nowhere, like from the wall, get rebooted.
Get rebooted.
Yeah, like a computer, like you reboot a computer. He's like going to sleep.
He shut it off. Yeah.
What do you mean?
You put him to sleep.
Yeah,
rebooting him.
I said to Muzzle.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay, nice.
I had to explain the joke. Now it's not funny. Sorry, audience.
I thought it was funny.
So,
I mean, I think you probably should have gone with sleep mode, but it's all right.
I think one more thing you notice, Bastian, as Whisper is like laying down, is he like looks over to Muzzle. Like, this is just all on video camera, right? He looks over to Muzzle and he like mouths the words "I'm sorry" as he like drifts off to sleep. Yeah. And you have a choice now, because technically speaking, if Whisper is breathing in that room, Muzzle could still get hurt while his power is not being like contained. So you have a choice. You could try and get Muzzle out, or you could potentially leave him to his death.
I mean, I think there's a third option, like trigger the alarm. Wouldn't like the gas going off trigger an alarm of some sort?
That is a great question. I think maybe Emperor even points it out to you of like, it's interesting that nobody here in Heroes headquarters is aware of the situation. Oh, I see now. King is blocking all of the alarm commands. No one no one is aware because King doesn't want them to be aware. Should we try and stop him, or should we try and reverse this?
Well, yeah, I'd feel pretty bad if Muscle got annihilated.
Okay,
accidentally.
Yeah.
Whisper just sneezes and just turns him into mulch.
that is a potential. Yes, that could happen.
Man, if he ever gets a flu, it's just going to be really rough.
Lots of sedation gas.
Yeah.
So, this is a very extreme situation that you're kind of like getting a little peek of. I think I'm not sure what that role would be, but to like alarm them. I guess it would still just be another freak, right?
I guess
for him to try and like reverse King's alarm system.
All right.
Trying to think if there's a more interesting
let's roll narrative here. Snake eyes again. I mean, yeah,
I don't think you get your +1 in this circumstance specifically.
I have 3 ongoing +1s. So maybe. I don't know.
Well, there's one for taking King out of the system.
Yep.
There's one for
my influence, and then one for the
that's against. That's against King, right? Yes, your influence. Yeah, you're combating King. So yeah, go ahead. Well, I guess you're not targeting him specifically, but you're targeting something that he did.
I was mostly meaning the assess roll I did like at the beginning with like
but that was to put gas in the that was what you could use to neutralize muzzle, right? So just roll. Roll. Yeah, it's fine.
I didn't even need
it doesn't matter. That's what I figured. It wasn't going to matter at all. So I was like, we can argue about it in a second if it does matter. Okay, so so unleash your power. So you're reshaping your environment, right? So the alarm starts going off. And I think maybe we get a shot of Cody Reynolds like up late at Hero headquarters, like doing some paperwork or something. And he's the one that we see as the alarm goes off. And he like runs to the security room and sees that Muzzle is just like stuck in that room. And he like rushes to for them to figure out like how they can get him out, basically. And then we'll kind of cut from that scene from there. But you've done your duty to
here's another demerit.
Not leave him to his death. You let the villain live. Demerit. No, just kidding. Make up your mind, government.
Right.
No, just
That sounds about right.
Okay, so now we could kind of cut back to you. I think you've done one condition against King to try and get him from the system. Maybe we can say that
all of this was
undoing the alarm. Yeah, maybe you undoing the alarm is another condition. Right?
We can just hold on.
We can hold on the system.
Yep. I think Emperor says it looks like King is retreating back to the school facility.
We go to the school facility.
So I think maybe we'll get that like transition shot where he's like going back to the school facility and you're chasing after him, and then we kind of like jump ahead in the data thing past King, and then come out of one of the wires as Shatter is like flying past, and then we see Palladium and Left Wing and Soul Impact close behind. What happens next?
And then another one you can.
I say, how does it feel to be out-computered by the best computer guy on the planet?
Wait, who you
I don't know. It hasn't happened yet.
To King.
You're saying that to King, like how?
To make him mad. I mean, I'm really just saying he's already mad. He's already mad. I'm just saying it.
Okay, I love this picture you sent of not me.
Am I you said I caught up to King, right?
Isn't it?
No, sorry. I said that we transitioned to Palladium, Left Wing, and Soul Impact.
Okay, I
Shatter
completely misunderstood what you said.
I got really confused. I was like,
I thought you said we got to like the next place and we're staring at them doing that. You're like,
no, yeah.
Okay, I got it.
You're good. You're good. You keep, hold on to that line. Too. It's good. No. So what happens with Palladium and Leftwing? We'll come back to them.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So I have some electricity. But I guess the question is like, how do we? I mean,
how do you get reflection out of her?
I know this is the problem, and I don't know like how much we can hurt Shatter, like, and what that will do to reflection. But part of the thing is like Palladium's not thinking that through, so I think he's just gonna attack Shatter again. Can I like,
you could be like attacking her, like give her back, like that could be.
Can I move my chi and do like lightning bolt?
Also, we have to be careful not to, murder reflection here as well, right?
Well, that's what I was just saying, yeah.
So, is that what you want Palladium to be able to do? Is shoot a lightning bolt?
I mean, in theory, I should be able to do it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the thing about lightning bolt is it's gonna ground to whatever's nearest, which is probably me. Are there any other villains in the area?
Yes, but you're laser focused.
That's true.
I know. I'm aware. Are there any other villains in the area?
So there's Hexalia over here fighting with Doomseer and Emoticon, and there's Hourglass over here fighting with. I guess it depends. It depends on the context, because you're like I guess it could be either way, because you guys are running around, right?
Right. Okay. Oh, I thought you were talking about the laser focus thing. Sorry, go ahead.
So you're no, like you're running around, right? So
right.
You're chasing her. So imagine she's going around in a circle. So like there could be times where there are villains nearby. There could be times when there's not. So it depends on what you're trying to do, I guess.
Yeah. I just need to get next to a villain. I just want to know if that's an option that we have available to us.
I guess.
Okay. Then I'll turn to Palladium and be like, do you think you can get her by another villain? Anyone? It doesn't really matter who.
Yeah, probably.
You might be able to carry her without getting stabbed, and like as we're like moving towards her.
So I guess I guess I don't know what Leftwing has planned, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know what the role would be here, Connor, but I think what I'm doing is I'm chasing after her and then trying to fight her and corral her in a particular direction, back towards one of the other fights.
Okay, I think that would be one of the results of the directly engage a threat move, would be create an opportunity for your allies, right?
That makes sense. Yeah.
So I think you're still directly engaging a threat regardless, but that would be kind of how you'd get that result.
Sounds good. Yeah, so you see, lightning crackling around me as I jump off to fight her again.
Nice.
And let me do this? There we go. Oh, didn't save. There, she's got one condition. Oh, she doesn't show up on the. I think you have to click on her token before you can. Oh, can I make it visible?
How many conditions can she take?
I have 3. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, if you put in the other number, then it shows up, right? Fill it up.
I think if I think like mechanically, I think if you guys are like trying to figure out how to get reflection out of her, I don't know that there's a way like in narrative that you could pull her out or like do anything physically to do that for her. But I think trying to okay. I
mean, maybe it won't work, and if it doesn't work, that's okay. But I got a plan.
Go ahead. So, Bastian, go ahead and roll. Or Bastian,
Palladium,
go ahead and roll.
Again with a plus 4.
Yeah, because you got game face. You got your +3 savior.
Yeah.
Nice. Yep. So you get in there. You get to choose 2 of those things. So resist or avoid their blows. Take something from them. Create an opportunity for your allies.
Like
press surprise.
Corralling her in the sense that like I just put my hand on him with the taser, and he just like lightning blasts and like is like pushing her.
yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, keep putting the taser in me, and then I'm just shooting it out.
Cool.
To try to move her in particular. Yeah, I like that.
Not
a lot.
That you need help with the roll, but
no, I like that. I like that. Resist or avoid their blows and create an opportunity for your allies.
Yep. Yeah. So I think maybe you're doing that, and she like separates around the electric blast and like tries to getting up close to you, and then maybe you just like instead of shooting like a concentrated ray, you just like do like more of like an area shock. And then like all of the pieces just get like electrocuted and like and like fly back. And
like a static field jumping around in between your pieces and stuff.
And then all the glass like lands by let's say Hexalia. I'll go easy on you guys. So stick her over here.
And
you guys getting closer.
She's still fighting these two?
Yep.
All right. Then here we go. I'm gonna drop this fellow's power. So he gets it back. Hopefully they've dealt with him by now. I don't think he's that dangerous without his power, so hopefully that was enough time. I'm
trying to remember. I can't remember. I thought that you would already let go of it based on this situation, but I guess
I've been holding on to it the whole time. Okay. Yeah. That's why I didn't teleport away when she speared me with the glass.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Because I was trying to make sure they had enough time to beat him.
I'll leave this in the dark. Leave this in dark is what's happening over here.
So I'll drop that, and then which of these two is closer to Hexalia?
Emoticon. Let's say Emoticon.
Okay. So I want to switch places with Emoticon.
Okay.
And then I'm going to run over to Hexalia. I'm going to try and be as fast as I can. Just like bull rush her and tackle her.
Okay.
If I can try that. Do you want me to like do a, whatever it's called?
Danger roll?
Yeah.
Yeah. Directly engage a threat.
Okay.
I think I'll give it to you for switching places with the Emoticon. I'm not going to have you roll freak for that.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
That just draws it out.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I don't have any bonuses anywhere, do I? I don't think I do. Okay.
You have a bonus to getting past this. Like getting past everybody to get
center, right?
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good enough.
Okay. So you can either resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, suppress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I will do I need to do anything special to get close to her? Can I just pick not take the blows and get what I need as far as like getting next to her? Like tackling her, right? Because that was what I'm doing by attacking her, was tackling her. So if I succeed, I do that, right? And then this is another thing. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not sure what you mean.
So like I need to be touching her to use my teleportation stuff, right? So that's what I'm trying to do with this. As far as the options I'm picking, can I...
Who do you need to be touching? You need to be touching Hexalia to use your teleportation powers?
Yeah, the way I need to, yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. Oh, very interesting. Great idea.
Thanks.
Okay, so
I guess my question is, do I need to I get an opportunity, or is that thing that I was trying to do the opportunity I'm getting, and I can don't get punched? Or sorry,
I'm gonna say
I'm looking at the wrong move. I don't even know what the options are.
Yeah, what is the opportunity that he got from my roll? Exactly, in the narrative.
Oh yeah, I guess this was the opportunity, right? I got to do this, or
yeah, I think that's the opportunity for that was getting them close to each other.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry. Okay, I can resist or avoid blows, take something, create an opportunity, whatever. So I
now create an opportunity for me, and then I'll do it again, and I'll create an opportunity for you.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, it depends. This is going to be it. So like, What
So
are you trying to do?
Can I resist or avoid their blows and still be holding on to her? Can I pick that as the option without, what I mean? Because I mean, I'm inflicting a condition on her, so I must be touching her, right? There's no other way for me to inflict a condition on her anyways.
Yeah, but then, okay, so like inflicting like trading blows, right, would mean like you guys both punch each other, right? You guys, but it doesn't mean that you like have like physical like position over her. Does that make sense?
Well, but if I'm punching her, I'm touching her, and that's what I need. I guess that's.
I'm trying
to fulfill a narrative thing with the mechanics here, and I'm just trying to figure out if I have to take one of these options to do that.
I'm trying to decide because I know what you're trying to do now, and I like it. But I think
I'll just take something
in order
from them
for it to make
I'll
sense,
take a condition. It's fine. I was just trying to figure out which I had to do. If I can do this without taking a condition or not.
I think. Well, you could use team here. Keep that in mind. You guys have 2 team.
Oh, I guess I could get.
You could do that and then do both. Well, let's put it that way, because Assault, Impact, and Palladium could both help you with this situation, or even Doomseer.
Are you guys
right?
okay with that?
Doomseer could literally be like duck, and like you duck when she tells you to duck, and then you get in to tackle her without taking a blow, right?
Okay. Are you guys okay with me spending those?
Because I think what you're trying to do, I don't think it makes sense to do this in an instant, right? Like you're touching her and then look over and do that. I think it needs to be some sort of.
I'm gonna take a condition instead. I think it's more fun that way, anyways. So
okay.
So I'm gonna take Afraid. So I just tackle her, right? I literally bulldoze her.
Yeah.
And I like put her in an arm lock, and then I turn and I think, see.
Yeah, well, I think the you taking condition, she decks you. It hurts hard. You're like, how is this lady so strong? Like feels like you were punched by 3 people. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I look over at Shatter, and I see reflection in the glass, and I want to replace Hexalia with reflection.
Nice.
So you look at her and you do that, but nothing happens.
Okay.
The idea is incredible. It's so cool, but I don't think it quite matches what's actually going on with her, because Shatter isn't holding reflection.
Well, she's in some kind of mirror realm, right? It's a physical space somewhere. And I can see her. And I mean, I can move souls, so it's clearly a metaphysical element to it too.
Let me
just
think
make
about
the roll, because that will determine. Unleash your powers, and then if he succeeds, then it's possible. If he doesn't succeed, it's not possible.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to say situational -3 though. Okay. This is
very
stretching.
Difficult. That makes sense, right? Like
this is stretching like the rules of like
and moving into another dimension.
Reality itself.
Right.
Yeah,
it's like you can't teleport when they're on another plane.
But I'm okay with it being a possibility.
Okay.
Wow. Still a hit.
Wow. Yeah. Still a hit. Okay. So then
it put me down to a +0. So.
Either you take a marker condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Take a condition. Take one for the team. Go out.
I did that getting here. If I take another condition, I go down.
I know, dude.
Oh wow! I have a great answer if you choose unstable or temporary.
I think if it's unstable or temporary, that's gonna be so bad, dude.
Well,
that sounds terrible. I promise I will carry your body out of here.
Can I suggest something?
You could use 2 team again. You could use 2 team this time instead.
Oh, true.
Same roll.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that seems more important than the last one.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, if you're okay with that, I'd like to establish that I can teleport between dimensions. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys all right with that?
Yeah. How do we help then?
I like this answer better than what my answer. Like I didn't have this idea in my head. This is a cool idea
for what it wouldn't be temporary or unstable, but like it would be a worse option. But which was just that like I can't do this with someone else. I'd have to go in myself, and then I'd have to replace with reflection. But I I'd rather just succeed if that's okay with you guys. You're right. Team. Okay. Jared, are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I'm dealing with a child. Yeah,
no, you're fine. Just wanted to also make sure you're cool with it.
Yeah.
Before I spend all of it. All right. I'll do that then. So maybe they just help me hold this lady down so she stops punching my nose in.
Yeah. Well, I think Doomseer, how she helps is she just says, like look out and like left hook or something like that. Yeah. And maybe let's give Soul Impact a moment here, and let's have Soul Impact come in, and maybe she like puts Hexalia in like an arm lock.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, maybe wait, is Emoticon here? When did he get here? Oh, was he one of the people fighting Hexalia?
Yeah, I switched places with him to get closer. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So maybe me and Emoticon are like just holding off Shatter from trying to run again.
For sure.
Joy, holy cow. Okay, so yeah, you switch places.
He just like strains really hard.
Yeah,
like, why is this so?
I think like the way that you see them switch places, like normally it's just like an instantaneous swap. I think this time it's almost like how King goes into the wires. Yeah, it's like a pull. Like it's like a and it doesn't quite make sense to you,
like the spaghettification kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like Freaky Friday, like the old 2000 like graphics for Freaky Friday switching places. It's not the hair thing, but like it's just weird. You could probably spend your whole life trying to figure out what happened here, and you just never understand it.
Some scientist is going to lose his entire
his whole theory has been destroyed.
Yeah. Just super weird. But yeah, you switch places, and I think Shatter, as she's kind of like reforming, she's like wait, what have you done? And I think she starts like I think like as her glass is like reforming, I think like her voice starts sounding like two people.
Okay.
Like they're both trying to talk at the same time. Oh. And it's just really like you're just not quite sure what's going on. But it's really weird. Now while this is happening, I think we're gonna cut over to
what happens is real quick. So I'm holding mirror.
Like when they swap places. Yeah, like you're like on top of Reflection is.
Yeah. I'm holding her and I just like going. I'm like, oh, I can't believe that worked, and he just like slides over.
And I think that like everybody else here, right, is just staring at Shatter, like reforming, like what is going on,
spazzing out.
Yeah.
And then, I mark potential. We did it.
Oh yeah. Yep. You do it. Yeah. Go ahead. Mark potential.
Nice.
And then we'll cut back over to
I think the last shot we get before we cut away is Palladium is just standing there like inspired and hope filled, like, yes, okay, we did it. And now I'm like, well, we're surrounding her, and I'm like Emoticon, we are gonna make sure Shatter does not leave.
Yeah, he nods.
She's not gonna hurt anyone anymore ever again.
Yeah. He nods, and we cut over to Alchemist and Statue fighting Rockfist. And Statue is like, all right, I'm gonna go on the offensive. I'll take down some of my hardening, and I'll run at him, and I'll try and like hold him in place or something. You can get your last shot off. And she's like, are you sure about this? And he's already like running, and he's just like, don't miss. And he like runs up and like grabs Rockfist and like puts him like in a headlock or something, and like takes a couple of hits on the way. And Alchemist has her like carbon ball in her hand, and it starts to glow. And she pulls back, and she says, I'm sorry, and fires it. And right as she does that, Rockfist just like puts his foot down, and like a rock wall comes up, and it smashes into the rock wall. And then he like throws Statue over him and slams him into the ground. And then he like picks up a rock, and he's like looking at it, and he's like, it's a pretty cool trick you got there. Wonder if I can just do that too. and he just like puts his hand on the rock, and it just starts like melting into lava. And then he like he gets like just like a big like kid like smile on his face, and he's like, oh yeah. And I think he calls out, and he just says, "King, I got an upgrade." And we cut away to Commandment and
I don't like that.
Maestro. And we see kind of Commandment like trying to like get up, and another robot like smashes him on the back, and then Misfortune Maestro kind of like just walks up to him, and maybe he has like he's like maybe stretching or something, like all the day's work, and Commandment says, "You'll never win. Evil never wins." And Misfortune Maestro says, "Oh, no. We don't lie. Now burn." And like kicks him in the face. And Commandment just like falls unconscious. And he looks towards like the top of a building, and he says, "King, you get me up there?" And one of the robots like kind of puts like I get like transforms into like a hand, maybe something, and Misfortune Master like stands on it, and we just like cut away. So I think as we cut back to let's cut back to Bastian. Bastian, you catch up to King. Do you want to say your line now?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, that was.
So what is he doing when I get there? Is he just like,
ooh, good question.
Taking stock of the situation? Or?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think so. I think maybe like he's kind of like in the data near like the middle of the arena, maybe like up in the ceiling, and it's almost like he's waiting for you. Like he knows you're following him, and his back is turned to you though.
So yeah, I get there and see him, and it's like, how does it feel to get outcomputed by the best computer guy on the planet?
He says, more like, how does it feel to be bested by myself? And he turns around and looks at you. I've learned a lot today. Now it's time to finish this. And I think the whole like data sphere like starts to like shake. And I think Emperor says, "Bastian, leave this area. Leave this area."
Like completely leave, or just like the segment?
Yeah, the walls start to shake, and then I think like the room just like the data of the room just like collapses in on itself and starts to like attack you, like the whole room.
That's not good.
Unless you have like a particular thing that you're going to do. You have an idea of how, like what you might do in this circumstance. This is kind of like a villain move, right?
This would be like, yeah, a defend. I think I kind of just like.
Oh, like, no, this is take a powerful blow. Unless you have some sort of clever way that you would be able to get out of this.
Well, I was planning on kind of like using him as I would like kind of my armor, and like making like a little like cocoon to like try and last like for a while I think of an idea.
Yeah. I mean, let me think about that. Like he
kind of like what we did during the
tournament, but he's the shield.
Like small. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if he is that yeah, I'm gonna say that's fine. Let's do that. Let's say that that's what's happening. But I think this is dangerous for him. So I think what are you trying to do? You're trying to think of a way out. Are you trying to like assess the situation, basically?
I thought this was a. Okay, well, you need to tell me like what is happening, whether this is take a powerful blow or like if I'm rolling to defend, or if I fail to defend, then it's take a powerful.
No, I was going to have you take a powerful blow unless you had some sort of like, okay, well, I'm going to do this instead. Yeah. Or like I just attack him, or it depends on what, like, because the narrative decides what you roll on, right? Yeah. So unless you had some sort of like cool in narrative trick up your sleeve, I was just going to have you take a powerful blow.
Oh. Okay.
Well, obviously roll to take a powerful blow.
Okay. Is that just roll conditions? Oh yeah, take one.
Yep.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Let's go.
Wow. Nice. Yeah. So you just weather the storm.
And
so yes, let's say Emperor is who you use to just like protect yourself. And Emperor, I think, just says like I think maybe like
a bunch of data triangles show up and he turns into a dome. He was using the data sphere. I'm using data triangles, and triangles are more powerful than spheres.
The most powerful shape, am I right?
What I was going to say is he like forms a cocoon around you, and I think like his like digital face is represented inside of this, and he's like looking at you, and he's like eyes closed, like protecting you, and then he just says, "Oh, hey, that wasn't as bad as I thought." Yeah. And it just says, "Are you ready?"
Is King like shocked by this?
Well, you haven't seen his face yet.
Okay.
I think Emperor just says, "Are you ready?"
Let's do this.
Yeah, then he opens up, and I think like we do get like a slow-mo. He transforms back around you into like a mech suit kind of a thing. And you see King, and he's just like standing, and he's just like eyes wide, like, how did you survive that? And
the triangles are more powerful than spheres.
I think Emperor doesn't know if he believes that or not. Because he doesn't understand what you're even saying. But so I think we get like a little shot of like internally Emperor like smiling, like we're going to take him down, and then just like looking confused. And then go ahead and I assume you're just going to roll to directly engage a threat again with your.
No, I'm using more than a shield. More than the ability I stole from Caleb. When you directly gauge a threat by heading directly into danger without regard for your own safety, roll with Savior instead of Danger.
So, you have that move permanently?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, go ahead. Currently your Savior. Okay, yeah, your Savior's +3. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yep, cool. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go with the old-fashioned, like, all the armor is just gone and, like, turns into just a gigantic fist.
Nice.
Leaving me, like, exposed.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. I love that. Maybe Bastion just yells, "More offense!" And Emperor is like makes a bigger fist, but is like still protecting you with a thin layer. And you're like, "More offense! More power!
Unlimited power!"
Yeah, we get like a One Punch Man moment. This fist just becomes bigger and bigger.
This tidbit of information might be important for what happens. Are the teachers in the school?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Hey, come here. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna roll first, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay.
So I'm rolling Savior +1. Yeah. Yep. Let's go. I'm going to spend a Doom track.
Okay.
And to use Portal. And
okay.
If you allow me to, since I got such a good roll, I want him to portal with me. King? Like out of the system.
Okay.
And I just want to like come through the ceiling, like with my fist in his face into the room where the teachers are, and we just like collide on the ground together.
So
spending a Doom.
Yeah, let's put it this way: you don't want that to be the solution. I don't know how to. I guess. Let me ask you this: why would you know where they are?
Because of my carbon scanning.
Carbon scanning. So you did that in the hero's headquarters facility. So this is technically the school facility.
Okay, then just in the room where all the fighting.
Oh,
going
actually, wait. Oh, actually, yeah, no, I'm wrong. They aren't in the school facility. They're in the hero's headquarters facility.
Oh. Okay, so then I would
confused myself.
I definitely know where they are.
So you would definitely know where they are, yes. But to then use portal, so so you know where they are. So maybe like on your way there, we get like an anime flashback moment, right? Where like on your way there, Emperor's like, oh, by the way, I found your teachers. They're actually in prison cells in the hero's headquarters facility, fast asleep.
Oh, did I do that, or did we do that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
I don't remember doing that at least.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I guess taking them there would be a bad idea then.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was like. I don't want you to spend a doom track on that and then have this like anticlimactic moment of like, teachers, take them out, and then they're like, oh,
they're just all snoozing. All right, yeah, but can I just like come into like the middle of like the combat with everyone then? I just like it just in the center of the room where everyone's fighting. I don't really know anywhere else I'd take him.
Let me think. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that that's why I set it up that way. Mm-hmm. So that way, yeah, you can launch him out from the ceiling.
Do I need to spend a doom track for that then, since we're already here?
Doom track for that.
The portal?
No. Yeah, no. You're because you six. Yeah, I don't. You're not.
Yeah, what
you can just do that.
I need to pick my things for hitting him.
You just made 3 conditions to do that. So yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Obviously create wait, which one makes the most sense? Take something from them, their access to the system. Yeah, that could be what you're doing there, and then resist or avoid their blows.
I kind of want to I think I'm going to take a hit.
Okay.
And I want to impress, surprise, and frighten. Yeah.
Well, it's or. Who would you? Oh. Are you saying like the rest of King's gang? You mean?
Yeah, having him just come through the ceiling, like with a fist in his face, getting knocked out of his own system. I think might frighten them.
Yeah, and I think when you come out of the system, you have like a. Well, does that make sense? I was going to say you have a carbon fist around your hand instead, but that doesn't really make sense. When you come out,
it's just my normal fist.
Yeah.
Oh, and we need my one-liner. Like as we're coming out of the system.
Yeah.
Control Alt die.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So, if you want to say you take a blow, I'm just going to say you guys land hard, right?
Oh yeah.
You get owie, for sure.
It is remarkable how well this session is going. I expected it all to fall apart like within minute 1.
But... Oh, you just wait. I'm setting up some pieces.
No.
Let me see here. I was gonna pull King down and Bastion. There we go. See you guys. Oh, Bastion's huge. He's huge.
Oh no, he's hot.
Okay, yeah. So I think we get a shot of like everybody in King's gang like seeing this, and maybe all the sidekicks too. Like all the fights stop as Bastion yells, "Control Alt die!" as he's falling from the ceiling. And then I think we get kind of an anticlimactic moment where it's like everybody's watching in awe, and then when you guys fall, and you just hear like a smash.
We both just make giant craters into the ground.
Yep. Okay, so a couple of things are going to happen as things kind of escalate. I think we see Pocket Arsenal and Haunting Harmony. I think they're just about to deliver the final blow, right? Willow's just about to deliver the final blow to Hourglass and like knock him out, basically. Left Wing's power like gets back into Hourglass, and Hourglass says, "Just in the nick of time," and then like puts out a hand, and they like both Willow, Haunting Harmony, and Pocket Arsenal all just like freeze in place, and then I think another thing to notice is all of the like machines, all of the robots and stuff, just like die, right? Because he's no longer like you basically, so like you expelled King from the system, right? But like a part of what this role was is Emperor also just like expelling all of King from the system, like all of King's consciousness. So that's part of it. Because I was trying to be careful with that because technically King isn't like needing to be inside of a particular robot or system or something in order, he like leaves his sentience behind. Right. But that's part of, so I was just trying to clarify that. But yeah, so as soon as it's like Hourglass like freezes them, and then Rock Fist smashes through one of the like buildings next to Hourglass, and there's just like let me pull up his token. Crap, sorry. Anticlimactic moment. Yeah, so like if you look closely, this has been foreshadowed in his token the whole time. There's a little bit of like lava in those cracks, a little bit of fire. Yeah, he's about that. He's just kind of lava boy now. He just kind of has like some cracks in his like rock
I think
skin.
You mean Shark Boy like, and Lava Girl?
Right, yeah. It's just kind of like boiling out of his skin. And
Shark Girl.
It's just kind of boiling out of his skin, and his fists in particular are like molten lava. And Hourglass is like, "Oh, well, hello there." And Rockfist turns and says, "I upgraded," and starts stalking towards you guys over here. And then you guys start hearing a voice echo out across the whole area, and it's what's his name, Misfortune Maestro, and he is like singing a song, like an opera song over the whole facility about how evil wins and good loses, and how everybody here is losing their focus and losing their what's it called? Their like will to fight on, and all of these things.
Well, joke's on you. I was already hopeless.
Good thing we have control over the entire system, right? Right, Bastion? Turn off the loudspeaker.
We turn over to Bastion, and Bastion's like laying on the ground like, "Oh, that hurt." What did you say? Yeah, no, he's not using a loudspeaker. He's just like singing, and it's just echoing across the facility.
Isn't this like a 1,000,000 square mile cityscape?
Oh yeah, but you can hear him.
It's not 1,000,000 square miles. That would be, I think, bigger than
square
the circumference of the Earth.
Pretty sure it was a ridiculous amount of space.
Yeah, but you can hear him.
Okay.
Where you are specifically, you can hear him.
Okay.
And then interesting. I think now that a lot of the mechanics are like died down, I think you start to kind of hear some of the fights that are going on like in the third tier as well. You hear some fighting going on over there. And
I lied. 1,000,000 square miles is the size of Kazakhstan.
There you go. So but go ahead and tell me then what happens next.
So we're distracted by this singing. Is it like giving us modifiers?
Yes, it will give you a modifier. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I can't use Game Face again to kill Shatter. Okay, can I make the argument that this is still part of the? No.
I think it's past.
Well, because to really save them, we need to like get out of here.
You do have left wing has a +1 to get towards the center and to like fully figure out what's going on here and more directly resolve the situation. Thank you.
I mean, that's fine. You can leave. Me and Emoticon are taking out Shatter now. So
okay, well that's fine. You guys just have to decide what you want to do. You guys are all in the same place now. I described all these different things happening, but
yeah, Sebastian's like actually on the ground right here next to us.
Yep.
Okay. I think
left wing's almost dead.
But...
Palladium's almost dead. I think Bastion's in pretty good shape. Yeah,
And
he
so
only has angry.
so he's Maestro singing over the facility. This guy, is he actually this big?
No, I didn't take the
All
time.
right.
To
I just
making
sure. He's Lava Boy, but is he giant Lava Boy?
Yeah.
I was like, I think I missed that part of the description. So King is over here. Oh, I don't know. Like, I think Palladium is still on like don't think mode.
Okay.
But I like it's not like he doesn't notice all this is going on. So I'm wondering if we just wow. What if we just go for King? Right? Like he's the one controlling all of this stuff.
Nope, not anymore.
Well, not right now.
His sentience has been expelled from the system.
Oh, did I miss that?
Now it's just the sidekick villain people.
Left wing, what are you doing? Like how are you acting in the initial moment here?
Well, I was laying on the ground because that was very strenuous and I'm almost dead. But I realized there's a lot of stuff going on. Like, I mean, Shatter's presumably going to recover at some point, or somebody's going to recover in her body. I don't know. And it's like what's happening with everyone around us? Because we were trying to save Reflection, and there's like a bunch of other people.
So these guys are just back in a fight, right? Hourglass froze them, so now he has
right. Yeah,
but now he doesn't have the robots to his advantage.
Right.
Then Rockfist is now stalking towards you guys over here.
He's coming this way. Okay.
Yeah, he's coming towards you guys. Lava boy.
Dang. Okay.
I lift up my head, and it steals power.
Whose power do you steal?
Rockfist.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll. I think hit the what's the word? Like the density or like
I've stolen his power
of his power. It's bigger now. It's
bigger now?
more concentrated
Than it was like 4 days ago.
That's correct.
Did you not describe he had the lava thing, right?
Yeah. His like the concentration. So I've always described the power sources as like when they're not being used, it's like they're dormant, right? So this is like his power source is like flared up.
But I've taken people's powers while they're used them a lot. We've never had it matter. So
yes, it hasn't mattered. Wait, what do you mean?
I mean, like literally last time I took his power, he was using it, and when I took it, a rock fell on my head. But there was no penalty because of that.
There's a penalty because his power is stronger as of this point than it was last time you took his power.
Gotcha. But my power is also stronger at this point than the last time I took his power, so it evens out, right?
You could make that argument. Let me think about that.
The reason I say that is because I also learned how to teleport somewhere I couldn't see since last time I fought him, which apparently the thing that made him upgrade was have new stuff he could do. So I was just assuming that's the same kind of thing, right?
That's an interesting argument. But have you taken more powerful people's powers since then? Have you specifically flexed that aspect of your ability?
1 second.
Good. Yeah.
So he's trying to steal his power. The thing I'm trying to figure out is like, do we go after Shatter, who is
or do you press
the
forward
most
to the
violent? Do we press forward, or do we just go fight King? I mean, like he's right there.
Yep.
Like I mean, Bastion's right there too, so we just like go fight King, right?
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of people around that we can help resolve.
Yeah, let's all go fight King. Let's just take him.
Yeah. The stealing powers thing is that is the same, right? I mean, like his power wasn't controlling lava until just now either, right? Like it's everyone in this setting only has one power, right?
Correct.
So I mean, even though it wasn't about stealing the powers, it was about like the power is stronger, right?
Yes.
Okay.
More concentrated.
Right. Well, I'm talking about mine.
Think of like orange juice. Wait, what?
I'm talking about mine. Like, as you said, was the thing that I learned. And what I'm saying is that it was an expansion of the power that makes the power stronger, right? Like his also doesn't have anything to do with rock specifically. He's turning into lava now. So it's also just kind of a side thing. I guess we should probably decide what that means before You know what I mean? Like why people's powers are stronger or how that affects my thing. You know what I mean? And when our powers get stronger,
the way that
none of that's mechanical. So
no, it's not. That's not mechanical. That's a narrative, right?
That's why I want to make sure we figure out what's going on.
So we've always described different powers that are harder to take. For instance,
so far it's only been they have a power or they have a power that permeates their whole body because it's like a transformation thing. Except
last episode, we talked about Hourglass's power and how before you didn't realize he wasn't using his power. And now that he is, his power was harder to take because it was a
it confused me then too because
energy.
That hasn't been a thing up until now, which is why I was confused. But
that's true. But we haven't.
I didn't want to.
Well, we did it. I did. So we haven't come into this before. This hasn't been something before. I think last episode, where the concentration of a power source in a particular person has mattered from person, except for from person to person, right?
Yeah,
I feel like
I assumed that was
he has a more concentrated power, and it's kind of like it's not as powerful as Shatters, but it's a little bit more of a full body power. And then there are certain people that have just more powerful power energy sources.
But I feel like Left Wing's power just got even more powerful because now he can.
Right. So I guess so that's
that's what I'm saying. We should probably figure out.
Are you saying because your power is stronger now that it's no longer difficult to take a bigger power source because your power source is equal,
or maybe
in size?
they've stayed roughly equal as
right. If the reason that I take it is harder is because it's larger, then mine becoming larger presumably would equal that. Yeah. But I don't. That's what I'm saying. We should figure out what's happening here because I don't know exactly what's going on.
His power hole was bigger than yours, but your power hole just got stretched from going into the other dimension. So now your power hole can fit his power.
I don't want to.
That.
Let's not refer to it as a power hole anymore.
Power source. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with you saying. Whatever. I don't think the role is going to matter too much. I think you're just going to succeed. But go ahead.
I want to make sure that both narratively and how it's going to affect the mechanics we're on the same page because I was confused and I wanted to straighten that out. So sorry if that was
no that's fine. I wasn't quite sure if you understood what I was saying.
Well, because I know in the first episode I took a power from like a muscle guy who was an adult while he was using it, and so I think we've had a lot of these different interactions before, and I don't remember any of them being a thing. So that's why I was a little confused. I assumed that the other guy was like it's because he was a weird magic guy and it was some strange. So now that it's happened a second time, I figured I would figure out what was going on.
It's in terms of like the density of the power. That's what's harder to do. And so another thing to note is you swapping places with something matters about like the density of you and that person, right? But in terms of the power sources, they want to be pulled back to each other. So it's a temporary thing always. So that's why like the more powerful the power source is not necessarily as much that your power source isn't as big as theirs, as much as it is like it wants to, the pull of it back to itself is much harder. So that's why I was describing it like that. But it makes sense that you've worked on your power too. So you could feasibly say, well, our power sources should be relatively the same size at this point. So I'm fine with just waiving it.
I think,
but that's kind of the standard I'm setting for like how the power sources work, which I haven't fully explained to you because you don't actually know what. Like you don't, Left Wing doesn't actually know what.
Yeah, that's fine. I guess, like I said, we've had a lot of similar situations and more intense situations where that hasn't. So, and then the other thing being that this guy's also the same age as us, and so like I get King's power being like a weird pseudo. Like I wasn't maybe right because he's super strong, so that didn't bother me at all. But this I was like, well, he's like the same age as us. So it's weird that I can't take his power. But I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page.
Well, it's the power of confidence. He has the power of confidence.
Great.
No, we're on the same page. I'm with you.
When you put this on YouTube, Caleb, you need to add like a counter for every time we say the word power.
Here, well, just in this conversation.
No, just the whole game.
I mean, in the last conversation, we'd be hitting about 100 right now.
Yeah. Well, because I'll mark the timestamp right now, and this can be the clip, and I'll just add a little.
There
counter.
you go. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. People will love that clip. That's
the least
kind of
interesting part of the session, and we'll make that
make a joke
the
of it.
trailer.
I don't know. The power hole was pretty interesting.
I mean, that was pretty funny. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Anyway, go ahead and roll.
Oh yeah, I forgot why we even started talking about this in the first place. This is the only thing I don't have a penalty to anymore, and I still. How? I must have got
Let's go.
Snake Eyes. Wait.
Whoa. Yeah,
no.
1 and 2 plus 3. Yep.
Oh no.
And
Rough.
you just use both of the team.
Oh
yeah.
no.
Well,
I'm in danger.
Hey, mark
It's
potential.
true.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget to mark potential.
Yeah, I guess I just try, and I'm like too burnt out. Like.
Yeah, I'm trying. Well, I still want you to be able to participate in the game. But I'm trying to decide.
Well, no, I mean, I don't have to.
Well,
take
you
a
fail.
condition, right?
Yeah, you don't have to take a condition.
Yeah.
I just have to decide what else we.
Yeah.
Right.
How do we fail
Goes
forward
on.
here?
Yeah.
He tries to steal his power, but it's too big, and his power hole gets stretched, so he can't use his power anymore.
No, Jared.
He cracks his power hole vessel.
Jared.
He can't use it for a while.
Jared.
What? There's nothing wrong with what I'm saying.
You know exactly what's
you
wrong.
know
with
exactly what you're saying. I'm trying to decide.
Here,
I'm gonna let that slide. Let me look at some of these.
The moves.
Yeah.
Inflict a condition. Take influence
Who's
over
the
someone.
closest ally by him of ours?
By me?
It'd be soul impact and reflection.
Yeah.
One of them gets horribly injured.
Yeah, I suppose we could do that.
Yeah, put innocence in danger.
Put innocence in danger. That's a good point. Yeah, so you try to take Rock Fist power and you don't. And I think he let me think about this. Let's say he gets in close to Bastion. Wait,
what, me?
Isn't Bastion?
No, he wasn't walking over towards you. Yeah, he was specifically walking towards this way. I forgot.
Yeah.
I was just trying to.
I mean, can I just have drawn his attention to me?
Yeah, but it's gonna be more than that. We're ramping things up. I think he gets in close and
Right.
hard move. I think
he like slams his fist down and instead of there being like a rock attack, like the ground just starts splitting right here, and it's just like a lava like eruption just starts like flying towards soul impact and reflection.
Okay.
Now, the ground in here isn't made up of stone, right? So what is he using? Like the stone on his?
Yeah, isn't it metal?
That's a great question.
I don't know if we this is the training rescue room, right?
Yeah, it's like
there's
metal, right?
Concrete
and, like,
stuff
weird.
above it, but
I think
I thought it was supposed to emulate a city, right? So it's like metal and concrete, right?
That's true. Yes, that is true.
So
it's like maybe we're on like a road
well,
right now.
a couple of things. One, for the rescue facility area, they would want to specifically cater for Bastion to be able to have a source of carbon, and so that could be something he also then manipulates. On top of that, even if it's not that, I'm just going to say what he's pulling from is erupting from the ground underneath the metal of the facility. Sure. So it's one of those answers.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we can also say that like
the director for the TV show will iron it out later.
This is probably a road, right? Like we're just like on top of a fake road,
we can say that
it's like fake asphalt or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
That was a good question. I didn't think about that. It's
not fake asphalt, but it's probably a fake road.
Yeah.
I guess if you make a
real
fake road out of real asphalt, it's just a real road.
A fake road as in this isn't a real city that doesn't need roads, right?
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm gonna say Soul Impact picks up reflection and like jumps out of the way, but I think he like gets burned on the way out, and I think he like limps to the ground. I think I'm just gonna say he's out of the fight. Right, he's taken a bunch of cuts and then he just got burned on his like.
I'd like to think that like
I think he just like falls down.
The crack opens and he and reflection just fall, or we just see reflection fall, right? And that's what we're focusing on. And reflections, we're just like, oh no, she's falling into lava, and then Soul Impact like grabs her and like
grabs her,
bounces goat like up the thing, and yeah.
So I'm gonna just delete their tokens. They're
ship
gone.
They're dead. Sorry.
Well, they're not dead, but we just see them like tumble out of the side, singed and burned.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna say,
well, can I do something now?
Can I? Yeah. Well, yes. Just another thing. I'm just trying to move some of these plot points forward. Yeah. I'm gonna just kind of move you guys down a bit. All of the. How do I?
Gotta go to the jam layer.
Yeah. Thank you.
What are you trying to do? Do these need to come?
Yeah. Let me pull
forward?
all these guys up here. And how do I? Token layer. Here we go.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you.
My word.
So this is kind of what's kind of going up above you guys, and I think maybe how do I now select? Oh, because I'm still on the GM layer. I hate that. That's stupid. I think these guys are these guys are like say these guys are fighting over here, and they kind of like break through some of the building over here.
Sure.
These guys are fighting over here, kind of a similar situation. I think these four are trying to assist.
Bubble Boy and Soda Girl.
And
so much carbonation.
Let's say these two, like I think like Vermilion Veil is like running from gelatinous, and yeah, these six over here, these guys are all like unconscious, trained, like hypnotized, and I think they're just kind of like walking towards Vermilion Veil, like or maybe they're like walking towards gelatinous.
That's bad.
And so that like the fights are. I'm just pulling these down for the sake of,
right?
They
went ahead. These guys went ahead.
These guys.
Yeah.
Yes. So go ahead, Palladium.
Yeah. Okay. So usually this would be Palladium like making a plan.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like he would. But like Rockfish showing up and like literally creating a rift in the ground does change something.
Actually, yeah. As while you're explaining that, actually, Quantum Quill is actually over here with Flutter. She saw the situation and ran over. Good, keep going.
See, this is what I was worried about. Is like they're just not gonna actually do what we wanted them to do, just run off and do random things.
Well, getting to the center here.
What's your label, Caleb?
Moment of truth, and she can quench the lava.
I don't think she has hers yet.
Oh,
she needs one more potential.
Oh, darn.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna keep playing off angry, and hopefully at the end of the scene I'll be able to clear it. But I'm going to just break Shatter. Like she's going to. I'm going to break her. Like that's the goal.
You're gonna shatter her.
Wow.
Hey, got him.
I'm trying to figure out.
There's just the urge to make a joke about a power hole, but let's move on.
Caleb, hurry up!
Yeah, I'm on fire.
The boys are getting restless.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you clips.
When does the scene end exactly? Like, when can I? Like, is this all just one big giant scene?
Dead.
Yeah, this is one big giant scene.
I don't. Yeah.
Okay, while you're thinking about this,
no. I'm just gonna do more than a shield again. Okay, just gonna do the same thing again.
Okay, I am still gonna do this little cutaway thing just for funny's sake.
Yep.
Palladium, you kind of like have this moment of like, let's whatever, and we cut over to the teachers, and they're all like sleeping in this like small like power jail cell or whatever, and there's only one person that's awake in the room, and it's Duplicity, and she's through the window talking to a duplicate of herself and saying, no, the key card right there, no, that, right there, no, just take one step forward, it's right. And then it's like and then she's like grabs her head, and then that duplicate disappears, and then she like reaches out her hand and makes another one. It like forms out of her hand, and then that one, she's like, okay, no, the key card right there, and it walks over and like slams her head into the wall and like disappears.
Yeah,
are her duplicates like Teravangians? Just their intelligence is random.
Yeah.
All right, gotta try to get another one.
No, they're not necessarily random.
They're
just all dumb, and so
okay.
it's like programming. She has to be she's trying to give it a simple command.
She's trying to do awakening.
She makes it. Yeah.
Well, she unsummoned it when it was stupid. That's why I asked.
Yeah. She was like, this one, I need a new command for this one. I think, what's his name? It's too many names. Cody Reynolds. He walks in the room with like some other agents, and he's like, "What are you guys doing in there?" And she's like, "Oh, finally, get us out! Wake these guys up! The school facility is under attack." And then we cut back to Palladium, and you charge forward.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the thing. Like I have like dangerous web, which is like I can reveal a trap you've left for someone using your powers, which I could do here, but I don't think I'm in. Like I've just continued to describe Palladium as like, seeing red. So I think I'll just do more than shield.
Okay.
If I get, if something happens to kind of shake me loose from this, then I'll start planning again. But I think until then, I'm just gonna keep banging my head against this wall. So let's do Savior again.
Okay.
Don't have my +1 though this time. So hey, didn't even need it.
There you go. Nice.
All right. So I am going to. So she has 1 condition out of 3. So I will resist or avoid her blows. I need to make sure I'm still standing after this. But I'm going to impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. Probably frighten her. Like I want her to be scared of me.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I have electricity right now. Can you help me describe this? What can I do to her that would scare her? Like if I just keep slamming her with energy, is that can I do something here? Like obviously I'm giving her conditions, but what does that mean?
Yeah, I can say, you could scare her. Let's say,
right, but why would I scare her? It sounds like you've described her a lot as invincible, basically, just she's glass. So
well, she just keeps reforming. Yeah.
Thank you.
It says electricity can melt glass, so you've done
melting her slowly.
You're just melting her. Yeah, I mean she's just she feels the pain.
The heat of 1,000 suns just.
Yeah.
That's probably the hardest thing for her to recover from. Like shattering the glass is just giving her smaller pieces. But melting, it's she probably can't control that part of her very well at all.
And that's what I did last time in one big burst. So I'm just slowly melting her down, and she's getting maybe a slightly more immobile every time. So now she's scared of me, and I'm like, "You're not leaving." And it's it sounds kind of cool and garbled from the helmet, right?
Sure.
Smog.
Yeah. I think it's just
your mask
as she's screaming.
Different.
You will not take any more. You will not take anyone else.
Yeah, and she's just screaming, but it's garbled and
Hey, is emoticon helping me?
I think he was getting in to help you, and now I think he's just kind of looking at you no, I think he's scared. Just kind of he's kind of scared of you too. You're just melting somebody, and she's screaming, and he's just kind of horrified. Not in a way that he's you're doing something wrong and trying to stop you. He's just
it's shook. Horrifying to watch.
And I think Doomseer is too. I think they're both just kind of staring at the situation, what the heck. Bastian, you and King, I think, kind of get up at the same time. What happens?
So isn't he kind of just nerfed right now?
Yep.
He can't act. I could just. I mean, that's
the merit.
I mean, would Bastian just try to kill him? Would he?
I think let's set the scene a little bit. Let's say you guys are slowly getting up from falling, a long way, and I think King stands up and just kind of looks around at all the chaos, and he kind of stumbles forward as he's kind of walking towards Vermilion Vale, maybe, and he says, "Where's Sadie? Where's Sadie?"
At the Hawkins dance.
Named girl now.
yeah, she's named now.
I like that one.
Thanks.
That's what I'm going to call her now. I'm not going to call her Sadie. I'm going to call her Named Girl.
Named Girl. Nice.
Unless something happens, I think a wall is just going to
pop up in front of him.
Yeah, I'm we're not done here yet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think King, I think he turns and looks at you and he says, Bastian, you do not want to do this. Trust me.
I don't want to what? Beat the man who's come here and hurt the people I care about?
I think he takes like a long breath and sighs and he says, if you try and stop me from helping my people to get out of here, I will be forced to hurt you.
Get out of here. You invaded.
You don't understand.
I think like the ground just erupts behind him, and he's
gonna try to change your labels. That's what he's doing here. Let me do that real quick.
Remember, he has influence, or I have influence over him.
You do, yes. So you get a +1 to rejecting his influence, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm rolling to reject his influence.
Yes, and I think I kind of figure out what he's trying to shift, though. It might not matter. You can go ahead and just roll.
Probably trying to shift mundane up because he wants him to be like chill.
Something I forgot about, though, global -1 modifier. It hasn't mattered yet because everybody has gotten more than enough, but global -1 modifier because what's his name? Misfortune Maestro is like planting doubts in everybody's heads.
Is that for me too, or is that?
It is, yeah.
Is that it? Okay.
You don't. One thing, real quick, actually, Bastian, you don't have to choose to reject his influence, but I think what he's doing. So that way, you actually have a choice. I didn't realize that because you don't have to choose this. I think what he's going to do is put down your danger.
I can't go any lower.
So then he's just trying to inflict a condition.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah.
-2 is the least it can go.
Correct. So. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if he's just going to give me a condition,
then you reject it. Yeah.
Okay. So the -1 counts for this too?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so I'm just rolling it a flat then.
Yep.
Do any of my other things against King still count? The 2 assess rolls I made?
You were trying to remove him from the system, and I'm not sure. I think that was
the other one. They were both around trying the to system.
Get,
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're base 0. Oof.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's not good.
Let's go.
We finally get it. Yeah, we finally get this situation though. Finally, I'm starting to use these in the way they're supposed to be used. So what happens with the roll is pretty bad, I think. On a miss, their words hit you hard. Mark your condition, and the GM will adjust your labels. So he marks 2 conditions.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That is a devastating move. So I'm going to make this really devastating. What he says. Yeah. I think he says. He says, "Listen, Bastian."
Wait, Connor.
Yeah,
before you. I think he has access to the stuff that happened to me in China. If you wanna.
He definitely does. Okay. Oh yeah. Do you have a particular theme in mind that you think would be the most impactful?
Well, I mean,
I could guess, but
I mean, yeah, like everything that's happening right now, like everyone I care about is getting. Defeated and or possibly dying. I don't know.
Yep. I think he's like, listen, Bastian, you don't want to do what they taught you. Yes, they. Right now, you're hyper focused on being the villain that they trained you to be, to kill people, not be concerned with saving people. Look around you. Is this not history repeated? I'm not your enemy. I'm here to save my people just like you are. Stop trying to be the government dog that they trained you to be. I think that's all he says.
I think I'm going to take a guilty.
Okay.
Because this is similar to a situation that's happened in the past.
Possibly insecure.
Yeah, I think that's the other one.
So his words hit you hard, right? Does this obviously you're affected by this, but Are you going to change what you're about to do?
I think this, I don't know. I have angry, insecure, and guilty marked. And I mean, based on what happened, I think he kind of just snaps.
Okay,
He hesitated last time.
Yeah.
I think he's just going to try to kill him.
Okay.
Especially when it says history repeated, right? You're like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Not if I have anything to say.
Yeah. I love it.
And I'm gonna use my one burn. And I'm gonna do danger, freak instead of danger.
Real quick,
and I'm gonna cause a lot of collateral damage.
Here's a question though. He was trying to get. How does this work with rejecting influence? Like he was trying to get him to do a certain thing, and he failed. Doesn't he have some sort of? I guess he didn't provoke.
No, it's not. It's not provoke. It's their words hit you hard. So it's when someone has influence over you, it means you care about what they say or do say or think. And anytime you can give influence to any character, blah blah blah. When you take advantage of your influence over someone, surrender the influence you hold over them to choose. Oh, that's different. That's
because it says when someone with influence over you tells you who you are or how the world works. Accept what they say or reject.
So he's accepting what they say. Right.
It's just or
no, actually, no. He's trying to reject their influence, and instead his words. So he has to accept what he says. Words hit them hard.
Well, that just means he believes what he's saying. It doesn't mean he has to change what he's doing, right?
Right. So that's why he's marking guilty and insecure, right? Is he's like, he's right. I am what they made me to be. All I care about is hurting you right now, but I'm doing it anyway.
Okay. Well, that's what I was worried about.
He can sort that out later, right? He doesn't have to Bastian doesn't have to actually believe that for ever, but his words hit him hard, right? This is something that he has to battle with that. Yeah.
Making sure.
Are you okay with that, Bastian? Does that seem fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's described a lot differently than the way that the provoke is.
I'm
pretty sure that even when players use provoke, it always lets the player choose how they will react.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's the case.
That makes sense.
I guess go ahead and roll danger, right? I mean, unless are you rolling
it's
more than a shield?
I'm spending my no.
Okay.
This is gonna be bad. I'm spending my last burn to do reality storm, and since I don't have 2, I'm gonna cause a lot of unwanted collateral damage.
Nice.
Oh no. Okay.
Suck it, David. I've got more demerits than you.
It's not a competition.
It literally is, just in the other direction.
Yeah.
Let's go,
hit.
Baby.
So that means do you cause unwanted collateral damage regardless, or is it only on like a partial hit?
I think it just says if you channel a destructive burst with your powers, spend 1 burn to directly engage a threat with freak instead of danger. If you do, you will cause unwanted collateral damage unless you spend another,
which you don't have. Yeah. Right. Okay.
I only got the 1.
All right. So let's kind of climax. So you rush forward, and you what are you doing exactly? Are you just I guess you're not rushing forward?
He's just
the move
standing there, kind of just like.
Yeah, what does he say in response to that? He was saying that don't be the dog they made you to be. This is history repeated. I want to know Bastion's response. Unless he said something.
Can you tell me the exact thing that he said first? Because you went back and forth a little bit.
Well, he says all of that, right? He says, he's like, you don't want to do this, right? You don't want to fight me.
He started with you don't understand.
Yeah, you don't understand. You don't want to fight me, right? Like I'm here for the same reason that you are. And then he went to, don't be what they made you to be. Don't be the government dog that they made you to be. Is basically what he was saying. You should focus on protecting the people around you, not on killing me like the government dog trained that they trained you to be. And I'm here for the same reason as you. Like we're the same.
I don't think you understand. Killing you is the best way to protect the people I care about. And then I just unlaunch it. Basically, there's no precision or accuracy. I just unleash.
Yeah. Yep.
So we
just see cracks split of carbon just everywhere and a bunch of pieces launching, or what do we see? Because this causes unwanted collateral damage, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess just
it's like what Lava Boy did, kind of, right?
Kind of like what Lava Boy did, but just like spikes and boulders and I mean, maybe part of the ceiling collapsing and like all the buildings around us just like concaving into him.
Sure. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of stuff is breaking.
It's like Magneto.
Palladium, and emoticon. Actually, Palladium, I want to have you roll to take a powerful blow. Left wing, maybe too. I'll have you both roll to take a powerful blow.
Yeah, you guys are near. Sorry.
And we're gonna say Mist just barely gets by elastic and like thunder out in time before they like get crushed by a building. And I'm gonna describe a couple of things over here.
I think it's fair that she gets hit too, because I mean I don't want to kill her.
Well, they're just far enough away. I'm just abstracting it, right? Like they almost get crushed.
The ruler tool.
42. Yeah, you did. You got.
Sorry, she's closer.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
34.
Then, yeah.
He's 43, and emoticon.
You're talking about over here. This is closer.
Her. Can you not see what I'm pointing at?
No, I can't.
Can't see any of our measurement tools.
Uh-uh.
Weird. I'll look up her name. Vermilion Veil.
Vermilion Veil. Oh, yeah. As well as
I'll
describe. I'll describe. Well, it's unwanted collateral damage, but yeah.
Well, I don't want to kill. I don't want to kill her. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the only one I think. I mean, I hate Shatter. I don't want her to die, so maybe she doesn't get. All the other innocent people.
Yeah, I'm gonna say she like escapes, right? Like she pulls away from like as this is like as you guys over here are getting like crushed.
Is left wing getting hit?
Yep. You guys, Palladium and left wing, go ahead, both roll to take a powerful blow. And then
Rock Fist should get hit too, then, as well as
everybody over here. It's just kind of like I'm just kind of abstracting a lot of this, but there's a couple of scenes I want to get over here. I'm going to say Quantum Quill and Flutter over here with Bubble Boy, and Bubble Boy's like protecting them with bubbles and stuff. It's Soda Pop's like also Soda Pop has a beer hat. So she's like using that as the soda, so she has it on her person instead. Yeah, and she's like spitting acid, and Bubble Boy's protecting them, but she doesn't seem to be really in the fight. And Flutter and Quantum Quill are similar, and Flutter and Quantum Quill are like, listen, just come with us, just stay with us. We don't have to fight. And yeah, do you remember their backstory at all? You have put the pieces together there. Yeah, you don't remember. I think like Vermilion Veil and by the way, Gelatinous here. He's in a bunch of little pieces, so that's why he's not under Vermilion Veil's control.
Oh, nice.
But the building kind of like
doesn't have eyes to look at.
Yeah. But like I think like a shockwave kind of sends all of them flying, and they're like hurt. They all fall down, right? And then over here, Fuego and Green Tiger are going toe to toe with Amped. Instead of like he had a blue electric thing around him, and instead now it's like a red. He's like jumping back and forth. Like he's like kind of like a little guy, kind of like the Tempest and Heartbeat fight, right? Where he's like this little guy jumping back and forth between them. And then Fuego gets one solid punch on Amped and like hits him into the ground. And then when this shockwave comes, a bunch of wires like open up on a nearby building of like a mechanical structure and shock Amped. And then it turns into like this red and blue purple electric field. And he's like bleeding from his head, but now he's like supercharged and goes over, and Fuego looks like he's like just about out of like stamina, and Amped like dashes over and gives him a punch in the chest, and Fuego like untransforms as he like falls, probably like over here by them.
Sorry, Fuego.
And maybe Mist in Thunder and Bioelastic also just get no, I'm going to say they like just barely get out unscathed. So then over here, everybody's just kind of broken. But yeah, go ahead and you guys can roll.
Luckily, I got my take a powerful blow move.
Protect me so that I can remove a condition.
Well, can I roll mine first, and then if I am can sense. I try to protect left wing?
Because I would roll first. We could talk about it if you succeed. Okay. But you're rolling to take a powerful blow with your new move, I assume.
I am rolling never give up, never surrender.
Nice.
When you take a powerful blow from someone with far greater power than you is the trigger. I think this counts though.
It counts in the circumstance because he's losing. He has losing control over it.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so I'm rolling plus savior. I need to get a 10+ for nothing bad to happen here.
I believe in you.
Here we go. Yes.
Go.
Hit. So what is the on a hit? You stand strong and choose one. You get an opportunity or opening against your attacker. You rally from the hit and it inspires the team. Add one team to the pool, or you keep your attacker's attention. I guess you're really just adding one team to the pool.
Yeah, that's probably the most likely option. Well, I'm not trying to hurt Bastion.
What was the first part of that?
You get an opportunity or opening against your attacker.
He could get an opportunity to protect left wing.
Yep, I'm gonna say you can then roll savior to try and protect left wing.
Wait.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah.
Thanks.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that.
Appreciate that.
I will. Let's see.
Otherwise, I'm super dead.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm just rolling defend then.
No, you're fine. I'm glad that.
Yeah, kapow!
Nice. So you absorb a bunch of kinetic energy maybe, and then unleash it to like catch him before a building falls on him.
Yeah, no, I like that. Yeah.
Clear condition. If that's the one.
Yeah. On a 10 plus.
Yeah. Yep, on a 10 plus, you can.
Yes, I'm definitely clearing a condition. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Yeah. Go ahead. What's condition are you unchecking?
Probably. Well, what will be actually helpful?
Well, also what makes sense. Are you no longer hopeless? Maybe I don't know. You probably still. Hopeless.
I'm probably still hopeless. I'm probably still afraid. Either angry or guilty
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Well. I don't want to choose
you saved
no, yeah. I'll choose guilty.
Right?
I'll choose guilty.
Yeah.
Yep. Because then I think I'll clear at the end of the scene. I'll clear angry anyway because I
hurt something. Yeah.
I hurt.
Connor, can I clear guilty after or angry after this?
Yes, you can. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks, Palladium.
So one of the things that you get, Bastian, you get a little tidbit of something that is horrifying. King is not defenseless in this situation. Obviously, you succeeded on the roll, so you're harming him. But what you see like about to happen before you just like overwhelm him is the wires that are underneath his skin come out, and one of them like gets close to your face before you just overwhelm him with carbon, and he just like falls back into a building, and the building just like collapses on him, and you don't know what happened. With that being said, we are going to wrap up this sequence of events, and we get the song Arwen playing from that playlist I sent you guys.
I didn't listen to.
That's fine. You guys really should listen to it.
I know I need to. I just never get around to
it. You'll think it's super cool, especially because
I also never picked my directly engage things.
I don't know what that means.
Oh,
yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, pick that. I forgot that's also part of the move. We spent all that time explaining the other part of the move. Yeah.
How I kill everyone.
Are you resisting and avoiding his blows?
Yeah,
I guess maybe you're not.
Do that.
Okay.
Well, I think I'm going to for that part because I already took some damage. But what do you guys think would be interesting? Is there something I could take from him? I don't think creating an opportunity for you guys makes sense since I'm actively hurting all of you.
Well, you could create an opportunity in the sense that it could also hurt the enemies, right? Which kind of happened anyways. But you could say
you could say that that's part of,
especially if we're going to wrap up the sequence soon. Maybe this starts the process of it resolving.
Can I take his opportunity to get unnamed girl?
Create an opportunity for your allies.
But no, I'm taking something from him, and I'm taking his opportunity to get the unnamed girl. I'm taking the unnamed girl from him. He can't get her back.
No, that doesn't quite make sense because he was trying to go find her. He doesn't really have her.
Right.
I'm not sure that quite makes sense.
Well, he's not able to continue to pursue.
Yeah, he wants to take the opportunity from him.
Yeah. You won't like what I'm about to do next if you choose that.
Is she gonna kill all of us?
You should choose it. You should choose it, Jared. You should choose it. I think it's what Bastion would do. I don't care if there's bad.
Well, I don't know if. This is me taking. Yeah, Bastion doesn't even know about the girl.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
he was in the computer for when that.
Well, yeah, but like I guess you know that King wants something, and I assume you're like if you've doubled down on this and you're like, no, I'm stopping you. I feel like making sure he can't go anywhere makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. Like even like Bastion doesn't know what he's going after.
So even then it's tricky.
What move is he choosing? What move?
This is just danger. It's a directly engage a threat.
Yeah.
Impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. Create an opportunity for your allies. Take something from them.
Right. Okay. I mean, their mobility makes sense, right?
Yeah, you could take their mobility away from them. You're still not going to like what happens next, but yeah, that makes sense. No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay.
I think you should do it because it's what Bastion would do, even though we as players know there's.
I think you're misunderstanding what I mean. It might seem like a moot point. I don't see a whole lot of ways that this is. David, you're muted.
Well, that explains a lot. He's gonna.
I was trying to tell you
his way out of here. Is what you're telling me? Doesn't matter. He's gonna drink a potion and turn into gas and go up.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. Yeah. No, yes and no. There's still gonna be stuff that happens here, but I'm changing the situation. Is the next thing I'm doing. So,
is there something like on him? I
less
can,
permanent
take.
Take
away from him.
Gain something.
Oh, that could be interesting.
I mean, what are wires made out of?
Can we say? Maybe I'll decide a little bit more closely what this is later. But maybe you take something sentimental from him. Maybe
Carbon's using wires. Maybe you could take some of his cybernetics.
Rip all the cybernetics out.
Like the wire comes to hit you, and he comes out with them.
Yikes!
I disembowel him, all of his gut wires.
Sorry, I kind of interrupted you. Kind of.
No, that's fine. I was gonna. My suggestion is that maybe you take something sentimental from him that you then have over him in the future.
What happens if you get
that could be equally as impactful as like taking away his wires? Both of
what
which
happens if you get too influence on an adult, like on another character? Do I get to change his labels?
Condition on him, do it.
Oh yeah, you get to switch their labels, which can't. No, because I don't have to twice.
When you take advantage of your influence over someone, surrender the influence you hold over them to choose one. Give them -2 on a move they just made. This is obvious if it's a player. Inflict a condition on them or take an additional +1 on a move targeting them after the roll. So you have +1 normally.
Yeah.
And so spending it would give you +2 on a move.
Just a thought here is that isn't one of the mechanical choices, right? To gain influence over them again.
Because what you're describing is spending the influence I have. I'm saying like if someone has influence on you and before they spend it, they get a second one. Something they get.
That's when they shift labels, but I don't think you're getting influence over them.
If you have influence over an NPC and you would gain influence over them again, take +1 forward against them.
Okay, so it's like a
you would get a temporary +1 bonus on something.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I figured like after the session, if I like took something important from him, I get a influence.
Yeah, or influence,
but yeah.
Right.
That
I kind of like the taking out a wire though. Like it just seems like on par for the brutality that Bastion is going for right now.
Yeah, you could do that, and then that'd just be a permanent thing that. Like King now has just like a gaping vein opening.
I know. It'd be awesome.
Like cybernetics. So you'd be giving him a scar, and
you broke his power hole.
You permanently marked King is basically what we could say. You permanently marked the last red villain you went for.
The influence to do another condition. Bastion's real mad.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Because Caleb just said I could spend my influence.
Yeah, he's saying
yes. But what are you choosing as your directly engage a threat?
Yeah, choose that first, and then
I'm taking something important from him and avoiding his attack.
So are you taking one of the wires out of him?
Yeah, he like launches it to attack me, and then I just grab it and rip it out.
Doesn't he have like a cybernetic eye? Maybe it's just a token that looks like he does.
Yeah, well, he has cybernetics in his eyes. Yes, he has cybernetics basically everywhere.
I would like to posit that Bastion rips out one of his eyes with one of the wires.
That's up to you, Bastion.
We don't maybe we don't see it like as graphically because it's a teenage superhero show, but it's like he's like puts a hand over his eye, and next time we see him, he has an eye patch or whatever, right?
I'm fine with that.
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Yep. So you give him he loses an eye, just like Shatter made your mentor lose an eye.
Especially because there's
an eye for an eye, literally in the exact same way, the exact same positions of power over each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man.
There's some possibility that maybe we can get some information from his eye, right? Stuff he's seen. I think there's some cool directions we can do the eye.
Yeah, cybernetic eye stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We can for sure do that. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. I like that a lot, actually. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. So King, you take one of his eyes out, and then like the building like falls on him, right? And then we get this like this sequence. All of a sudden, someone steps up over a ledge or a piece of building or whatever, and you see Sadie here. And
you mean named girl?
Named girl, that's right. And the like destruction is like settling, right? And she starts to, I guess maybe Left Wing, you're probably the one who notices this the most, but everybody else kind of notices as well.
Because I'm laying on my back and I see.
Yeah, you see this little girl like walk over the building at ledge of a building.
Yeah, maybe that's the shot we get is like a upside down shot.
Yeah. And she's like on the ground level with you guys, like just like a lip of a destroyed building or something.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And just to clarify, and her whole like her dress and her hair start to like move, and Left Wing, you see her power source from this little dormant circle become this huge full body power that seems to be like radiating off of her body, as if like the power is so large that her body can't contain it.
Jeez. Okay.
This is by far the most you've ever seen. Right. And she starts to like hover on the ground, like her feet leave the ground. And
does she grow a horn? One horn on her forehead?
No, she doesn't. She yells, "I wish all of my friends were safe by me." And all of King's gang appears next to her, including Muzzle.
Well, that's bad.
Left Wing, did you want to try and take her power?
When she's done talking, does it go back to being dormant?
No. It is still this like glowing radiance thing. I was just wondering, like not in narrative. I'm not like, let's put it this way. I wasn't giving you a role. I was just wondering what Left Wing does.
No, I mean,
you're gonna get stretched a little too far, I think.
Yeah. He just goes bug-eyed, I think. He's like, what on earth? But yeah, reason I asked was because if it's dormant and it's smaller, then maybe I could try and take it when she's not using it. And I didn't know how that worked once the wish was granted. But
I think there's a moment where like that happens, right? All these people are here. I'm gonna make sure that I pull all these people over so that it's not, so you can see each person, because you know what you can do. There's everybody. I think, unless someone is vehemently opposed to this, I think Hexalia comes out of Shatter, because that is totally something she's capable of doing. Right? Yeah, she's safe. Yep.
Yeah. So she drew them to herself.
Yep. Everybody just appears next to her.
Okay, like teleporting. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Darn. I was this close. Shatter was almost
everybody.
down.
Everybody seems like hurt, right? Everybody's down for the count, kind of not down for the count, but like everybody in this room basically is like, battered. Battered and worn, right?
Can I shoot Shatter with a lightning bolt now?
Do we all get one last ditch effort attack? As they run.
Come on.
Yeah. Go ahead, Gil. You want to try and shoot a lightning bolt at her? Go ahead.
Like I guess I'm not. No, I'm still angry. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not guilty, but I'm still angry. I'm just trying to think through.
I'll even put her on the end here for you.
What this means exactly. Like I mean,
I think one thing that you guys notice, you're kind of angry, so maybe you only remember it in retrospect. Soda Pop almost seems like conflicted about being with King's gang right now.
Yeah. So I think I've unmarked guilty.
Unconscious.
So I think what I do is I ask Left Wing. I say, Left Wing, who's that girl? What's going on?
Who's that girl?
Because you were at King's gang, so I've been asking you questions about.
I saw her when I was in the hideout. They wouldn't tell me her name, but her power's nuts. I've never seen anything like that.
Palladium thinks for a moment. Should I shoot her with a lightning bolt?
Wow.
I think the next thing she says is, I wish King was back in control of the system. And King vanishes.
Wait. Before this happening, can I make an assess roll? That's what I'm doing right now.
You don't need to. You know that Wish Girl is the most powerful person here.
I'm going to shoot her with a lightning bolt.
You shoot a lightning bolt, and she turns and looks at the lightning bolt. If we get a slow motion shot, and she well, I don't even think that happens. I think you shoot a lightning bolt, and it bounces off of this there's almost aura of power here. It just pulses away.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
She's doing something bad.
She's a child.
A bad guy, child.
I don't even think you see what happened. I don't think she knows what happened.
Yeah.
The lightning bolt just arcs away.
Mm-hmm.
She probably had a wish that stuff couldn't hurt her. It's just still there. Wild.
Are we still
so King disappears into the system.
I was angry, but I was thinking I just explaining Palladium's thought process here for a second.
Yep.
Hurting, killing Shadow or whatever doesn't seem like the most important thing to do. But I was still angry, so I was I gotta do the thing. But it's she seems like the bad, she's gonna teleport them all away or something. So yeah.
Just a consideration.
Yeah.
Emperor is part of King for however that wish interacts.
That is an interesting thing to note. It does not apply in this case. I've already thought that through.
All right. I have something I want to try. I'm going to switch places with.
Yep.
Well, I would have picked King, but he's gone now.
Well, and it's a good thing you didn't, because she just would have wished King is in the system.
Well, if I'd have been fast enough. But anyways, can I see everybody here?
Yes. Yeah. You can see everybody. Go ahead.
I'm gonna switch places with Soda Pop.
Okay.
I can roll if you want.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead and roll.
Okay.
A 9. Okay.
I mean, I can't take a condition, so I guess you could tell me how it's temporary or unstable. I mean, obviously the situation I'm in is I'm standing next to all of the bad guys, right?
Yeah, let's say switch places there. I think Soda Pop is confused. But I think maybe Quantum Quill and Flutter see this happening, and they rush over to her, and they both can fly, right? So they rush over to her, and as she starts running towards them again, and they stop her.
Okay.
Flutter pulls her up into the air, and it's no, stay. And I'm gonna say, interesting. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna have you roll to take a powerful blow. Left Wing Amped sees you, and just he looks how does he look? Any anime character that's in a bloodlust mode. That's how he looks. He's bleeding from the head, and he just snaps his eyes towards you and just jumps towards you. Go ahead and roll to take a powerful blow.
Okay. Can I roll to try and switch places with somebody instead to avoid it?
I'm
trying to get to.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Narratively, what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get to the girl and teleport with her. So I don't know if that changes anything.
Teleport with her?
Yeah, I can, teleport her, I guess, and then you'll see. I don't know how to explain it, but so I will. So you said I can just swap places with like someone closer to her, like Vermilion Veil or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that instead. Attack. So roll that instead of take a powerful blow. Yeah. There is no team left, y'all.
No, you should have rolled to take a powerful blow, dude.
Now you're rolling to take a powerful blow.
I would have rolled +4 and gotten absolutely smacked.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, yeah. Instead of, I'm going to say, I'm just going to have you mark a condition instead of rolling to take a powerful blow. I'm going to say you are taken out of the fight. I'm going to say you switch places with Vermilion Veil. And man, who does this though? That's the question.
I think what happens, I switch places there and I reach towards what did you say her name was? Sadie?
Yeah.
Sadie. I reach towards Sadie and like just about to touch her, and then someone claps me, I guess.
I'm gonna say you reach towards her and Wish Girl like puts out a hand towards you and you stop. You feel like this immense force like push up against you. And she says, no one touches Wish Girl. And
it's a far worse name than Named Girl.
And I think Amps takes you out with a punch. I think he like slams you. Actually, I think that's I don't know. I think you might be like actually have like permanent damage from that. Maybe we'll say Hexalia just punches you instead.
Your eye.
I just assumed you were going to have her.
I'm going to say Rock Fist. I was thinking that too, but I'm going to say Rock Fist because Rock Fist has some level of respect for you. So I think he just like pops up a wall like right in front of your face, and you just like go unconscious.
Okay. Unless
you have a different way that you could also flee. You could teleport back to the to Bastion's okay. Because he technically had a choice to like flee, pass out, etc.
Oh, how does that work? I guess I've never been killed before in this game. How does that work?
I don't know.
What is it called?
Peripheral moves, maybe. I don't know.
Being taken out.
That's what they call it in Fate. I don't know if that's what they call it. Sorry to grind this to a halt here.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not quite sure.
Conditions. What is it? He just took all the conditions he needed. To be taken out. Let's see.
Man, I was totally expecting you to get Wish Girl out of this, David. I was fully expecting it, but you guys don't have any team.
It says you lose consciousness or flee the scene. One way or another, you cannot continue there.
Well, okay. Depending on how this will work for your idea of the scene. Can I flee with Wish Girl? I know that's basically succeeding, but I don't know how well, like if we're all just going to die here if it doesn't happen kind of thing, then we can
No. So, what happens next? So maybe I'll explain this first. Maybe Rockfist is one of the last people left. King starts reaching up from the wires and pulling people in.
Oh, okay.
Like one hand after another starts pulling people in to escape. And Rockfist is like maybe one of the last people. And he shoots up a wall right in front of your face. So I guess what
I can just are you want to be fine.
Okay, because I was like, do you want to be captured by King? Is that what? Because that would be escaping with Wish Girl in that search.
Yeah, I was like, if Wish Girl's about to be like, I wish all of you were dead, and we need to avoid that in the narrative, then we could have me escape
that's
with her.
not. Yeah, but, no, that's not what's happening.
All right, otherwise I'll just get knocked out. That's fine.
Yeah.
Does he say anything? Like I'm just hanging there in space.
No, I think he just knocks you down. I think he just. And you fall over, and maybe as your eyes are like closing, Rockfist gives you like a nod, and then gets pulled down into the wires.
Right.
Can I take foolhardy action without talking to my team?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
So he's bringing all of them into the system.
That's correct.
None of them have powers in the system.
That's correct.
I'm going to portal into the system and take out as many of them as I can because I'm still angry.
Okay. Let me think this through.
Go on a hunt through the system.
You put it like an emergency lockdown mode and just trap them all in there.
I'll give you this, Bastian. If you want to spend Portal, I will give you the chance to do something to one person, but
whoever I hate the most.
Yeah, kind of whoever you hate the most, but just so that you're not spending a doom track and then feeling like you didn't get as much out of it as you wanted to. Wish Girl is totally going to just be like, get out of the system once she realizes that's
part
happening.
Of that. It is something happening to Emperor in the system, or is he just like temporarily locked out? Because that might affect
Emperor's not happening. Yeah, no. Well, I guess how does that affect Emperor? Wish Girl made a wish, and Emperor is no longer, blocking King out of the system. So the computer just goes haywire, and Emperor probably just goes back into the supercomputer, right?
So like King is like actively like trying to hurt Emperor right now, or
no, he's just trying to escape.
Okay, yeah. So if it's cool, doom track to Portal, and then like Emperor just like latches onto me because he's lost control of everything.
Oh sure, yeah. So he isolates himself to you, and then maybe like pulls you in.
Mm-hmm. So I have my choice of people to screw with.
Yep, here's everybody right here.
So I can't. So King's not an option. I
think that through. I mean, you could try to attack.
How many
King.
Conditions can an enemy take?
It depends. It depends on the narrative.
Okay.
I can decide.
And I mean, we can take like 5. So I imagine that if they're like a huge bad guy, 5 is probably not even that unreasonable.
Gotcha.
I don't
know. So I've done we haven't really been keeping track of quote unquote conditions.
You dealt 2 conditions to King. Yeah. The reason I didn't keep track of it is because I knew this is what was going to happen next, regardless of what you rolled.
Yeah, and the stuff you were doing in the system didn't count as conditions to hurt him. So
he's only conditions. It was just expelling him. System.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone else have conditions?
Shatter as at 2 out of 3 right now.
Ooh, I hate Shatter.
Yep.
There you go.
I mean, I'm just I think I realize I can't do anything like significant really to King, and I see like Shatter is like on our last leg, and then I just turn red and I unleash whatever modicum of the system we have left, like my powers.
Okay, what do you want to do to her? You are going to, I mean, you have to roll.
Scatter her shards of glass throughout the internet.
I'm going to...
That's awful.
Yeah, I know.
When you directly engage a threat by heading directly into danger without a regard for my own safety, I'll savior instead of danger.
Oh, yeah, you're doing that one.
Yeah.
Also, just...
Sorry,
go ahead.
So, you
I was just going to say, 1 condition is barely a threat, 2 is a bit of a fight, 3 is a threatening villain, 4 is a dangerous villain, 5 is a true arch villain. So, go ahead, sorry.
What is that scale for?
That's how many conditions those kinds of people have.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I might be able to do 2 if I spend the...
Well, she only needs 1, right? She's got 2 out of 3.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
And also it's trading blows, right? So like, theoretically speaking, you could trade blows with someone and they don't actually receive damage because you, like, for instance, if someone did a fire attack against Dragon, I could be like, well, yeah, you trade blows with him, but your fire doesn't really hurt him.
Yeah, you just
I also could say you're attacking someone who's powerless and whatever.
Oh, wait, what happened here?
Whoa.
You have a thing marked?
Oh, I have insecure. That's -2 to defend, but I'm not defending.
But you're not defending. It's
so
technically
+2 though.
but if it's a 6 and you don't have any. Oh man.
Guys, I level up.
Yeah,
Nice.
I also leveled up. We should cliffhanger here though, because I gotta go.
Yeah, for sure.
I was gonna say on a miss with that ability, someone else gets in danger. Your focus attack leaves someone in grave danger. The GM will tell you what it takes to keep them safe.
Emperor.
So I don't know what that means.
Man. Yeah, it could be Emperor. Why don't we cliffhanger with that?
Yeah,
we know someone is in danger. I don't quite know. I don't
Emperor
have
might make sense
that
though.
yet. Yeah. So yeah, we'll get a scene of someone is in danger. Thank you. As this is all happening, everybody is like watching as everybody's just left, right? And I think that's when you guys realize the teachers are in the room and like agents are rushing in. So they kind of saw like that last moment
of Bash jumping into the system after.
No, Wish Girl, right? They saw that whole last like moment of Wish Girl like doing that thing. So everybody's eyes are wide, like holy crap. Okay. And we'll cliffhanger there.
Sound good. Adios.
Fun stuff, guys.